And we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday to each and everyone. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in. Really appreciate you. And happy Friday again.
Blessings
Thank
after
God it's
blessings.
Friday, as Chuck Life is saying. Welcome again. Want to say happy Friday and welcome to everyone in TV land, also to our silent supporters. Thank you so much. Really appreciate each and every one of you. And those in the chat, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Let me just put this okay there. Really appreciate you guys being here. I hope everyone had a wonderful and blessed week, and looking forward to the to a restive weekend. For those who have to work, I hope work will not be too hectic. And really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Remember to like the live as you come in. Share us out if you have a platform and can do so. It will be greatly appreciated. And anyone who's watching and have not yet subscribed, please subscribe, give us some support. We'll really appreciate it. And the WhatsApp number for calling is streaming across the screen. We're still having Faith Like Job. The phone has not rung yet.
All right.
But we still have it. Hoping that, people will call in and actively contribute to the topic, and let us have an interactive discussion and discuss anything that is happening in society that is of a burning issue. And also, I'm gonna pin the link, so anyone who want to join us on screen is free to do so. All right. So while I'm doing all of that, I'm going to let Baron do his welcome. And guys, the topic for this week, as you can see, is this is the topic again, Baron.
Okay. Justice delayed, justice denied. And of course, again, we are on the issue as it relates to Donnalee, Donaldson, Chantal Blake McCullough, and this time, of course, Gabriel King, right? Those are three hot button issues that, we have to give some support as it relates to social media input. Well, we want to say a big thanks to everyone who fall in from time to time, right, and carrying this issue, right, worldwide, so that people can have an understanding as it relates to what is happening in our criminal justice system, and rightly so. Now, for this week, what I want to do in terms of addressing those issues is to take people through a particular understanding as it relates to the history of the criminal justice system, why the criminal justice system, right, definitely favors the rich more than the poor. And in every society, right, globally speaking, because Jamaica is not really unique as it relates to that, you understand? So it is not a unique situation in Jamaica where, you understand, the criminal justice system seems to be supportive of the rich more so than the poor. And it is just for the obvious reason. The obvious reason is to the fact that, right, certain big name lawyers, certain giant in the business, certain lawyers who we call lawyer shark, right, the rich can afford them while the poor simply cannot. And so then when you have those lawyers, right, on your side, you stand 85% success rate, right, against the prosecution, because these lawyers, most of them, they are QC lawyers, right, and definitely articulate, right, definitely know the ins and out, right, laws and clause of laws. And most of the time, as I said, their success rate against the prosecution is more like 85%. So that goes to show you. Now, before I get into the matter as it relates to the history, I want to speak on, what happened during this week between the prosecution and the defense, right? And we are seeing where a lot of persons, right, getting excited as it relates to Noel Maitland not being bailed. But what I want to say to the populace that we need to tread, careful, right? Where I stand, right, I am definitely in support of Noel Maitland not getting bail, and I will explain later why I say. So, I think wife is ready to go through the chat, and then I will come back and explain all that need to be explained.
Okay, guys, again, welcome on Umbrella. Welcome to everyone. Happy Friday. So we have Truck Life. Truck Life 2 hours ago, he's been here waiting. Fully active. Always nice. A nice vibe over here. Happy Friday to you, Truck Life. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Ricardo, happy Friday to you. Thank you so much. And he's saying the man there wait for 2 hours. And Gina's family saying waiting, bro. Welcome, Gina's family. Happy Friday to you. And mixing with the Moffat saying
Bless up, Moffat.
Blessings to you, Moffat. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for being here. And Ricardo said, leave a like upon entering, people. Thank you for that reminder, Ricardo. Really appreciate it. And salutations going out there from Truck Life to Ricardo saying big up bros. Truck Life bigging up Moffat. So Truck Life is going to cleanse himself.
All right.
He said happy Friday all. And he said thank God it's Friday. And Ricardo said big up big bro that is to Truck Life. Ricardo said you guys are late. Give us a break, Ricardo. 2 minutes, I'm gonna sit down here. 2 minutes. I really have to shout it from the mountain top. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here again. Moderator Joy, Christine, from Happy Team. Happy Saturday to you guys. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Ricardo said he was here in ads. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And Teacher P Downer is in the building.
Bless up, Teacher P.
Happy Friday, Mystic, and everyone in the chat. Happy Friday to you, Teacher P. Thank you so much for joining. And David is saying, I'm early tonight.
All right.
Blessings to everyone in the house. Welcome, David. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the continued support from each and every one. And salutations going out there to Ricardo from Teacher P. Ricardo is bigging up David Delco. Teacher P is bigging up Ricardo, asking more Guan. And Ricardo is reminding you guys to give the live a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. And he's responding to Teacher P. Said, Dan or Teacher P still working. How about you? All right. And David is saying, Ricardo, no work for this, sir. Okay. And Teacher P saying, oh my hush, I am okay, Ricardo, thanks. And Arlene is saying, mega love shout out, Mystic Sensation. Mega love shout out to you as well, Arlene. And Ricardo is saying, I am working, David, but aren't you supposed to be at work as well? Oh my goodness, some more blessings coming from Happy Team Arlene. And Ricardo is saying, it's fine, Teacher P, shift so finish. Okay, and Teacher P saying, that's good. And Truck Life is saying, was in traffic, but I'm in now. Thank you so much, Truck Life. Really appreciate it. And happy Friday again to you.
Bless yourself, Truck Life.
Thanks so much for being here as usual. And Canlas from Happy Team is also here saying, mega love shout out everyone. Mega love shout out to you, Canlas. Happy Saturday to you. And thanks for still being here. and Truck Life is laughing, and Marlon Newbies.
Big up yourself, Marlon.
Saying hello, everyone, host and chat.
All
hello,
right.
Marlon. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And India, stay motivated. Murray is also in the building saying, Mystic, hello, hello, India. Happy
Bless
Friday.
yourself,
Thank
India.
you so much. She's saying happy Friday and showing us lots of love. Thank you. And Genius Family is blessing up everyone. Welcome, Genius Family. Happy Friday. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in. And guys, please feel free to make friends all around. And they're saying thumbs up. Thank you so much for that thumbs up, India. And we also have Doreen, Michelle from Happy Team. Welcome, welcome, guys. Saying mega love shout out. Mystic Sensation, mega love shout out to you. Happy Friday, thumbs up done. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Let me see. Okay, so salutations going out there to everyone from Happy Team and more salutations. So, guys, remember as the night goes on, I will be skipping over the salutations in the interest of time. And Jordan Hyman, IFC, is in the building saying hello to Genius and Genius is. Welcome, Jordan. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, and we have caught up. It's just salutations going on around there, so you can start.
Okay, peeps. All right.
Sorry. Before you start, I just want to say our condolences and sympathies to all the families involved who have missing persons and, who are going through things that we cannot fathom because we have never been through it. But our prayers are going out to you guys and our deepest sympathy. And I hope that people will get closure soon, as well as for those who will not get closure, will find some way to cope and get some peace of mind. I know it's not easy, but the nation is with you, and just keep hanging in there.
All right. So that being said, thank you, wifey. All right. So for this week, as it relates to the Donnalee Donaldson issue, and just to give some update as it relates to that situation. We are aware that Noel Maitland was denied bail, right? And as a result of Noel Maitland denied bail, right, there was some rift between the prosecution and the defense. So I want to just clear up that for better understanding and let people understand certain issues as it relates to that. Now, the situation is that one of the reasons why the court did not go through the bail process for Noel Maitland was to the fact that there is some amount of new evidence, right, that the prosecution has. And remember, this is still an ongoing case where investigations are still raw. Now, as a result of those new evidence, right, those new evidence that the prosecution had, depending on when the prosecution got those evidence, right, they were not able to pass on, right, that information to the defense. Because as we know it, as it relates to law and the way our law is structured, it is the prosecution duty, right, to disclose any evidence that they have to the defense, so that the defense can prepare, right? And so then, as a result of the defense did not get, right, that so-called new evidence, right? The defense is claiming that the prosecution, you understand, ambushed them in doing so. But hold on, Mr. Towson, right? You have to understand that, look, strategy is going to apply as it relates to, right, the evidence, depending on the time when the prosecution get the evidence, right? Now, both of them were called to the bar, right? And where judge listened to both of the arguments as it relates to from the prosecution and from the defense. Where the prosecution, right, had explained as it relates to, right, the evidence, the time when they get the evidence, and the reasons for it not to pass on time to the defense. So as a result of that, right, the judge quite understanding, right, and decided that, okay, all right, they will extend that time until, I think it was September 16th. Now, as it is in law, right, based on that, right, the defense pointed out that it is the right of the prosecution, the onus is on the prosecution to disclose those evidence to the defense, right? So the prosecution is not, refrained from doing that, but it all depending on the time when they got the evidence and was the time, right, was able them, right, to pass on that to the defense. So when they return on the 16th, now the court is expected that the prosecution will ready as it relates to all of its evidence being gathered and well prepared, right? And so then that now will pass on to the defense. The defense will now understand the evidence and try to strategize, right, around the evidence. And so then, of course, can able to apply for bail. Now, someone being bail doesn't mean that the person is going to get away, right? To where I stand, and I will say it again, as it relates to certain evidences, right, circumstantial evidence, I think the prosecution is in a very, very strong position, right? Now, as it relates to certain issues where persons are concerned, again, to say that, okay, the police, right, because I heard it on social media that the police have Donnalee's body, right, and that is one of the reasons why Noel Maitland was charged for number 3. Now, people, that is really foolishness, right? The police doesn't have Donnalee's body, and the police doesn't know, you understand, what happened as it relates to Donnalee body. If the police did have Donnalee body, right, that information would have to pass on. So that is just craziness for persons to be thinking that, right, Donnalee body is in the custody of the police. Why the police would want to keep Donnalee's body anyway? So it's just really a stupid argument, right? Now the reason why, let me explain the reason why the case moved from missing person, right, to charging Noel Maitland for number 3, right? So when we said number 3, we are talking about murder, right? The case moved from a missing person, right, to number 3. The reason for that, for people who believe that, okay, because the police now charge Noel Maitland for number 3, it indicating that the police has Donnalee's body. So let me tell you the reason why, you understand, the case has been escalated from missing person to, you understand, number 3. Now, we all remember that the forensic expert went in, right, and based on their investigation, based on the evidence that they collected, the circumstantial evidence as it relates to blood type evidence, blood stain. The reason why that Noel Maitland was charged now was to the fact that the amount of blood stain evidence that was found there. It is a simple calculation that the forensic expert made. Why they have to now move it from a missing person to number 3. The simple calculation is based on, okay, the human body contains roughly about 6 to 7 liters of blood. That is right, Tony?
5 to 6 liters.
Okay, 5 to 6, because my wife is a nurse and my wife correct me on that. So the human body contains 5 to 6 liters of blood. So people, I want you to listen. The reason why Noel Maitland has been charged for number 3. What the forensic expert found, the forensic expert found at Noel's Maitland apartment, right? More than enough blood. The volume of blood stains that were found would have suggested that the person who lost that volume of blood would have been killed, right? And so then, if the body said, okay, out of the 5 liters of blood or 5 to 6 liters of blood, say the body lose 2.5 or 2.5 liters of blood, it simply means that all the organs will be shut down. And so then that will be rendering the person, right, to die. So it is a simple calculation that the forensic expert made, that they calculate the volume of blood that was found. And so then more than that, that would, for someone to presume dead, you understand, was found in the apartment. So that is why they move it from a missing person, because the volume of blood found would have now determined that this person is actually dead, right? I hope this clarify the madness that I'm seeing going around, you understand, on the YouTube, saying that, okay, the police charge Noel Maitland for number 3, and why would be the reason for the police to charge Noel Maitland for number 3 if the police never have the body, right? Noel Maitland's simple charge as a result of the amount of blood stains, right, that were found and was calculated, right, to be that volume that would now render a person, you understand, to, be killed. So as a result of that, okay, the forensic experts are making a professional decision, right, as it relates to determine that the person is dead. Just like when you're dead, right, the person who can determine that you're dead is a doctor, right, as it relates to your chest lift and froth mucus of your mouth and these signs that the doctor will take, right? No breathing, no pulse, and so forth. And then the doctor will determine that, okay, as a result of these signs that the body is showing, you are dead. So it's a very same approach that the forensic person made. And I've heard persons talking about them dream and them vision that this and that, and so the police them have them body because of the vision and because of all sort of a Nancy Sweetie Bar story. So now you understand why Noel Maitland has charged. Now, just look on that circumstantial evidence, and I heard Thousand is playing down that circumstantial evidence. That circumstantial evidence, right, is extremely strong. Now, the thing is, that blood stain, right, will taken, DNA, right, will be done on that. And if the DNA, right, now concretely stated that, okay, this blood, right, stains belong to Donnalee. So that could be the evidence that the prosecution have right now to concretely say that, okay, it was Donnalee who killed. So people on YouTube getting excited all over and over, right? don't need to get excited. Now, I want to move on to you. Do you have the chat to clear, and then we get back into some of the issues?
It's mostly salutation, but I'll welcome those that
Okay,
recently
and
joined
then
us. And I
yes.
did welcome Jordan. Welcome Doreen from Happy Team. Happy Saturday to you. Sorry. Welcome. Thank you so much. And Michelle is still here. Thank you so much for still being here. And Mandeline is in the building from Team Happy. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. And Overton, son of a
Bless
king,
myself, Overton.
is in the building. Happy Saturday to
All
you.
right.
Thank you so much for joining. And Daniel TV Comedy is also here. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate you having a premiere right now. So mostly salutations going out, and Ricardo is asking if Empress is not here yet. And Sweet Escapes is in the building saying good
Bless
evening, y'all.
yourself, Sweet Escapes.
Will soon be over to play. Just gotta get home. No problem. Thank you
right.
so much, and get home safely. All right. So yeah, we have caught up with
Okay.
that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what I want to take my audience through is a better understanding of the criminal justice system as it relates to the history, right? And you know, a lot of people, right, are saying that the criminal justice system, right, is not really fair to them being poor and so forth, and they are not getting the justice, right? While that is true, I am just going to explain why that is so, right? Because definitely, and globally speaking, right, as it relates to the criminal justice system, particularly the courts and the police investigation segment of that, right? People who are rich, right, will be able to afford, right, the big wig lawyers, right? And so then, as I said earlier, that they will have a better benefit of the criminal justice system, right, dealing with them and giving them justice because of simply affordability. They afford the big giant lawyers, and the big giant lawyers are QC, simply means Queen Counsel lawyer, that sit on the inner bench of the court, right? So one has to understand why, it is the nature of the beast, right? If you're rich and you can afford big, strong giant lawyers, right, they are going to defend you. And 85% of the time, these lawyers, right, are going to be successful, right, against the prosecution. One of there are a couple of reasons why poor people not getting justice from the criminal justice system. Number one, when you look on the financial aspect of it, right, majority of poor people involved in crime, right, are seeking justice, right, just cannot afford those big top shelf lawyers, right? So that is one thing against them. Number two, if you have the criminal justice system as it relates to the police investigators who are corrupt, and rightly so in Jamaica, right? We have proven that time and time as it relates to the corruption of the investigators. That again go against the poor people. And let me give you a perfect example. There was a particular case, and I'm not going to call any name. There's a particular case in Montego Bay, right, where this investigator, right, was bringing a case and an indictment of number 3 against a particular person. And what the police did was to falsify a witness statement, claiming that it is the witness who had written the statement. And during the trial, it was discovered that the witness, there was no witness, right? It is the investigator who fabricated that witness, right? Just look at that. So that sort of corruption, right, is evident. Don't to be about that. When you have an investigator can falsify, you understand, someone who he claims as witness, right, and write the statement on behalf of that so-called witness. Now, watch this. If it wasn't the high-profile lawyer, as I said, you understand, that high-caliber lawyer, they wouldn't found out that the statement that he had wrote claiming that it is a witness who had written that, right? They wouldn't find that out, and then that person would be sentenced what? Wrongfully. So you have to understand that again, when the criminal justice as it relates to investigators who are corrupt, right? So there are two things that against, right, the poor, not getting adequate justice. So not having the money to afford the poor lawyer. If the system is corrupt as it relates to investigators being corrupt against them, right? So those two elements make it worse. And number three, you are facing lawyer sharks like QC lawyers. 85% of the time, they are going to be successful against the prosecution because they know the laws, clause of laws, in and out strategies, and so forth and so forth. And that's why when it comes to Donnalee's case, Chantal case, and Gabriel case, we here in social media have to highlight any missteps that we have seen. Last week I spoke about breadcrumbs, right? So when you see them, right, and you see investigators are derailing, right, as it relates to the Chantal Makala case, right, then you know that it's good when social media intervene, highlight these issues, and where checks and balance can go into the system. So once again, thanks to all the persons in the YouTube space, right, social media space who are highlighting, right, certain issues. So let me just take you through a little history and then play the clip in reference to show you what I'm talking about. And if you notice, I have the topic, justice delayed, justice denied. So I want you to hear me out on the history of the police force, how it was created and why, significantly, why it was created. And so then for people in Jamaica, right, you can better understand. So let me go through it. So my audience, it's important for me to take you through history, right, of our criminal justice system so that you can understand why it is difficult for the poor and vulnerable to get justice as they truly deserve it, right? The Jamaican Constabulary Force, as we know it today, right, started in the year 1716 as a night watchman system. Question, why this system started? This system started in Port Royal, Kingston, and St. Catherine for the purpose to protect the wealth of the colonial criminals against the poor and vulnerable. I'm not going to call them colonial masters. Masters for who? They are colonial criminals, right? Now, over the years of its existence, the Jamaica Constabulary Force transformed in its mission statement to serve, protect, and reassure the people in Jamaica through the delivering of impartial and professional services aiming at maintaining law and order, protection of life and property, prevention and detection of crime. We know that, right, a lot of the policemen, right, have not been living by this mission statement where they are serving and protect us. You understand? They're involved in corruption. They do all of this. They are in gangs and so forth, and them do all of the thing. They manipulate statement and claims they are witness and rare, as I just recently read out. You understand me? I said. So this mission statement has become a scorn and a mockery to the poor and vulnerable people of Jamaica, as the criminal justice system has found itself locked in step to the colonial footprints, right, of the 18th century. Night watchman system protecting only the affluent people amongst us. Donnalee Donaldson is currently struggling to get her fair share of justice from the system. Chantal Blake Makala has clearly denied justice from the system, and Gabriel King body cremated, concealing any evidence of truthfulness, and blatantly denied justice from the criminal justice system. Please allow me to reference these clips to support my argument, as you will see the blatant delay tactics in delivering justice for Chantal. Right? The system knows it, you knows it, and I knows it. And I'm going to play the clip to tell you the ordeal, right, that Chantal, right, Makala has as it relates to these investigators who should be professional, who should be impartial, right? And their delayed tactics causing, right, Chantal family, right, not to get the justice. So without any further ado, let me play the clip and have you listen to what Chantal has saying, and then we are going to go into Gabriel and Donnalee as well, right? So let us play the clip.
For Chantal's sister.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go back and share.
And kudos goes out to Papai News Media, because he's the 15th person
of May,
that own the rights of this.
It has been confirmed that it is that of my sister, Chantal Blake, that was missing on the 6th of January. I have gotten all the DMs. My family and I really appreciate the condolences. Some of them we have not yet gotten a chance to go through, but we really appreciate your kind words, your encouragement, and just being there on a whole. We really appreciate it, and Chantal would really appreciate it as well. So I want to thank you guys very much for keeping us in your prayers nonetheless, and helping us to share the word, and keeping us encouraged. It's very difficult. It is rough and it is tough, and I've never dreamt in a million years that I would be experiencing something like this, or my family would be experiencing something like this. If people would say, like, we've been to school and Chantal, they would say, was the quiet one. Most of the times I've gotten in trouble, it was just to protect her. And it is very sad and hurtful and painful that at this time I was not there to protect her, because she knew I would. She knew I would. But God. I knew the news could not have gone any other way, because I knew from the moment that I saw the clothing that it was her, because it was something that could fit. And I knew as well that it's not no coincidence that in the same community that Devil is from is the same community that my sister's remains were found. It's not coincidence. I am broken into a million pieces. When Chantal and I were growing up, we have spoken about so many things. We have never spoken about death. We have never spoken about what would happen if anything were to go around with any of us, because it's not something that we even process for a second. I hold the Jamaica Constabulary Force accountable for not allowing us to have a body to bury. They could not have saved her life, because I know from the moment I went to the house and I spoke with Shane McCullough that he was lying and he did something to my sister. They could not have saved her. But what they could have done was to give us a fair investigation, a just investigation, so that we could at least have a body to bury. How do I go in a church with a skull and piece of bone? I hold the Jamaica Constabulary Force accountable for that, because Chantal does not deserve this. When I went to the house and I called the detective that was on the case, that was Detective Bailey, I called him and I said to him, there's surveillance camera at the house. Has anyone checked the cameras? They're on it, they're working on getting it. I said, has anyone questioned the children? Up until this very moment, that has not been done. This is a house where this woman lives with her children. And obviously, she would have left the children at the house that moment she left and met her demise. And no one thought about checking the surveillance camera. No one thought about questioning the children. When last did you see mommy? Did mommy say anything to you? You understand me? How would you describe your mom's body language? They're smart children. They're able to answer questions like those. The excuse to that was, oh, they're minors. Of course, they're minors, but they can be questioned. And of course, you will not get the Shane's consent. However, it's a police matter that you're investigating, which means that you could get a guardian involved and you could also get his attorney involved. From Chantal went missing on the 6th of January. Shane has done absolutely nothing to help bring her back because he knows what he did. He knows what he did. The only thing he has done, he has hired a PI to prove his innocence. You could not find the time to hire a PI to prove that to prove what happened to your wife or to find or to locate your wife. But you could hire a PI to prove that you're innocent. And you could hire a lawyer to prove that you're innocent. You have never come on any platform at all to say to the media, to say to Jamaica, my wife is missing and we need your help in trying to locate where she is. Because he knew what he did. And he comes with the lame excuses because he knows that the system is gonna back him. He knows that whatever he says or does, the system is gonna back him. So, of course, he does not need to rehearse or to study things that he's gonna come forward to say, because of course, he knows that the system is gonna back him, because guess what? He have money, he's well known, and he knows people in politics, he knows ministers. Every other day you call my sister, she's going to dinner with Christopher Tufton. You understand? I've reached out to Christopher Tufton from in February, and up until now I haven't gotten a response. Chantal is a nobody. Up until now, we have gotten no publicity as it relates to anyone coming out. We haven't gotten any statement from the DSP. No one is coming out in public saying anything to us. All the information that we have gotten is behind closed doors and information that we're searching for on our own. She's a mother of 4. And I would say 5 because Jafari does not have any other mother but Chantal. He knows no other mother but Chantal. So I would say 5. But if needs be, she's a mother of 4. And no one thought that something fishy right here. You understand me? Something not right here, so. Your wife did not come home on Thursday. You found it so much of an importance to go to the police station to make a report on Thursday that your wife is missing, when you have not reached out to any other family member to ascertain if they're with her. But you found it and you took it upon yourself to go to the police station and make a report, not even 24 hours after you haven't seen her, not even 24 hours. The one person you called, you did not ask if Chantal was with them. You only stated Chantal is missing.
If you are a Christian speaker, author, coach, or entrepreneur, or if you want to be, I have some
2 weeks after Chantal went missing, 2 days after Chantal went missing, you stated on a recording that the police has, that is on social media as well, that you're grieving. 2 days after your wife is missing, you're grieving. You also said to us, let us mourn together. 2 days after your wife is missing, you want us to mourn together. What exactly are we mourning for? Shane McCullough, what we are mourning for? What exactly are we mourning for? The Jamaica Constabulary Force see that of no importance and no urgency. But take my word for it. If the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Mr. Fitz Bailey, and the entire CIB and MIB allow Shane McCullough to kill my niece and nephew, you guys will be held accountable for it because that man is capable. I cannot understand why this man still have access to these children up until this very moment. Me cannot understand it. I refuse to understand it. I need somebody to come and tell us publicly that, listen, since as the word adequate evidence is so much of a famous word and it's a good word, listen, we don't have adequate evidence to list him as a suspect, or we have adequate evidence to list him as a suspect. And let us go back to the drawing board, because as far as I am concerned, we have been solving this case from day one. We have been solving this case from day one. The first time that we came public, they stated that we are compromising the case. And I say, you know what, mommy? I could make it rest. Make we allow them to do them work. When the remains were found, I was so happy because maybe like, thank you, Jesus. At least something will become of this. And all it did was to make the case stagnant. That's all it did. The case stuck. It can't go nowhere. After the remains were found, the case stagnant. Remember, I know, this is a community that this man is from, familiar with. You understand me? A community that her phone was also tracked the same day that she was reported missing. You understand me? And it's no coincidence. I saw the blood and I know it was my sister's blood from the moment I look at it. I knew it from the moment I set my eyes on it. And to top it all off, you understand, when I went to the Spanish Town Hospital and they took the remains out of the body bag, the tarpaulin that the body was wrapped in was nowhere to be found. And they stated that they sent back for the tarpaulin. How could you, scene of crime, how could you leave tarpaulin, something of such significance at the scene of crime? Is it that you're not sensible enough? Is it that you're not capable enough? What is it? And trust me, I honestly believe that that was very intentional. That was very, very intentional. You could have left the remains there, because the only thing we're going to get from the remains is to do a DNA sample from the teeth. You understand? That's the only thing that we're going to get from the remains, because there's pretty much nothing. But you left the tarpaulin there. You understand that the entire body was wrapped in. Why? I want to ask that question. Why? What were you trying to cover up? I have never been so ashamed in my entire life. I have never been so ashamed in my entire life. Listen, I regret being a Jamaican citizen. And I will say that with no regrets. I regret being a part of this country and this population. Because if you're not from an affluent background, if you do not have status, and if you don't have money, and if you're not in a lodge, and if you're not the wrong things, nobody notice you. Nobody notice you. I said to the first set of police that was on the case, check the surveillance camera, question the children. Jafari said to me, Auntie, are the two man them come for me? I said to the police officer, ask the little pitney, what is he talking about? Up until now. Up until now. When everything started off and in the initial state, my mother and I was so worried about the children. And we said to the police officer, which is Bailey and Puddy, we are very concerned about Shane leaving the island and taking the children. They said to us that is not something for us to worry about, because his travel documents were seized and the port. What did they say about the port, mommy?
There's a blockage.
There's a block at him. There's a block for him at the port. So I want to know, when we got the information that Shane McCullough was in Newark, did he take the boat or did he fly? Which one of them?
Because if you're taking travel documents and you close the port, we'd like to know how you leave the country. And let me say this again. If Jamaica Constabulary Force sit down and make Shane kill my nieces and my nephew, because if you did that to their mother, what will you not do? You will be held accountable for it at the detriment of me. You will be held accountable for it. You're too slack. You're too corrupt. You're too dirty. So
Yep. All right, viewers, I'm going to end it there, but I'm going to establish some points, right, for you to have to give that picture a background. So Shane McCullough, right, is a bigwig. There's a particular reason why I brought you through the history of the criminal justice system and where it appears to offer justice to the rich, right, as opposed to the poor, and where I referenced that clip, right, to show you that, okay, two things that fail the poor. One, the poor doesn't have the sort of money to apply to employ big lawyers. And two, when you have the investigators corrupt in the system. Now, let me give you a background of what she was saying. Do you remember last week I told you that the investigator who was investigating this case, Shane McCullough, who is a prime suspect, was at the bar of the investigator. The investigator who is investigating this case, and Shane McCullough, who is the primary suspect. The primary suspect is at the investigator bar drinking liquor. So more shed some background for you. You hear she talk about the tarpaulin, right? That the body was wrapped in. That tarpaulin gone missing. That tarpaulin that the body was found wrapped in was also believed to be the tarpaulin that was once seen at Shane McCullough's house. So tidy knot, people. The very same tarpaulin that they found the body in was once seen at Shane McCullough's house. So then, guess what? Crime scene cleaning. Evidence being tampered with. Looking back up to the Donnalee's case, we come back now. And that is one of the reasons why I said Noel Maitland must not be bailed. Must not be bailed. Because Shane McCullough and the investigators, right, are bench and body. Now watch this. In Chantal McCullough's case, they delayed, right, to even list him as a prime suspect. To even list the man as a prime suspect. Now we are arguing this now, people. The whole world know that if you have a situation, right, where two people in a relationship and one died, the fiancé or the husband or the wife is going to be the primary suspect. And investigation 101 as it relates to missing person is that you're going to have a clear evidence before you can clear this person. Watch the investigation. The investigation in Chantal McCullough case, they did not even list him as a prime suspect. And they delayed. And they spoke with Chantal in telling Chantal that, look, they secured his travel documents So then there's no flight risk where we can flee justice. Now, people, as I see it, Shane McCullough is not in Jamaica. He had fled the island. Look on the corruption so plain and so clear. Now, let us back up now to Donnalee's case. And the onset, and remember, who Chantal McCullough was reporting to. She was reporting to the Deputy Commissioner Fitzbailey, who told her not to worry and told her, right, to leave social media alone. Right? Something I want to show you, you know. I want to create a background, a history to leave social media alone. She left. She told her mother, okay, mommy, let us give them a chance to solve the matter and let us not utilize ourselves through social media to compromise the case. And guess what? Social media never have that high energy in it. And guess what? Shane McCullough took off and gone because social media silent. Now, social media is going to be active, and we now stop from being active in Donnalee's case. And we are going to put on the energy. And you see the reason why I'm playing that is to show you the reason why full energy have to put on where Donnalee's case is concerned. Watch this now, people. Watch the similarities. In the first instance, Fitzbailey did not deem Noel Maitland as a suspect. You see any similarities there? You see any similarities there? Did not deem Noel Maitland as a suspect. Not only that, look at the next mishap. The blue tarpaulin cannot be found in Chantal McCullough case. Now, let us go over and take a look in Donnalee's case. The forensic investigators went to Noel's apartment once, did not speak. What was found? Twice, did not make mention of any blood stains that was found. Third, did not make any mention of any blood stain that was found, but social media pressure, the mountain of wave. On the fourth occasion, oh yes, we found a large volume of blood stains. And so then the case was pushed now from a missing person to what we call Noel Maitland being charged. People, I'm saying all of this and giving reflection, giving background, giving history for you to tie the knot together of the particular behavior of the investigators. Now, let us shift from Donnalee, let us shift from Chantal and look in the Klansman case. In the Klansman trial, right? Someone being killed, photograph of the crime scene went missing. The photographs, right, of a crime scene went missing by these ace investigators, right? People, I want you to look and identify a particular behavior as it relates to nothing but corruption, right? That wriggled within the criminal justice system. And so while we are at Donnalee's case, right, We are going to show you that when you're powerful and you have money, right? The system, you use the system, you manipulate the system, right? Because the corruption, right, is so intense in the system. Remember, I spoke that the love for money is the root of all evil. Now, what we see here, and people, I am not accusing the prosecutor. I want you to be balanced and look on certain missteps, right? Now, the prosecution gone strike one. There's a strike against the prosecution as it relates to Donnalee's case. A strike against the prosecution because in law, right, the prosecution has a duty to disclose. Now, if, and people, don't get excited. Don't get excited. And that's why I'm taking you through history. Don't get excited because based on the court proceedings, right, the judge is pretty much upset with the prosecution because simply that they did not disclose the new evidence that they so-called gathered in the Donnalee's case. It is, and while social media being happy and said, okay, all right, Noel Maitland denied bail and so forth and very blah, blah, and happy and going on, it is strike one against the prosecution. And the defense said it clearly that the prosecution is traveling down a slippery slope. A slippery slope. People, I am saying to you, be on your gears, be on your P and Q, and watch out for all the missteps. Watch out for all the investigation flaws. Remember, I told you breadcrumbs been dropping. Those breadcrumbs that are dropping, those breadlets that are dropping, is not in support of Donnalee's case. Is in support of the defense, for the defense to find those loopholes, giving the defense reason, you understand, to dig, right? Number one, forensic expert went in 3 times without finding that blood. Isn't that is a room you allow the defense, and this, the defense is going to definitely dig this in the court, where they have to explain why they went in 3 times prior in finding blood, right? Number 2, as you can see it, right? A prosecutorial misstep, duty to disclose. So let me tell you people that you need to understand, right? These things. Number 1, I am going to play another clip that will further cement certain things in your mind, that when you're rich, you can manipulate, right, the criminal justice system, because the rich people are able to employ the lawyer shop, who are QC lawyers, Queen Counsel lawyers, who can manipulate, who know laws and clause of laws, right, and put a prosecution in peril. They have the ability to do that. They are QC lawyers. And so then for investigators have to make sure they dot all the I's, make sure you cross the T's, and to the amount of mistakes that these investigators are making. Now, I show you sign of the Klansman trial. I showed you signs of the Klansman trial, where those QC lawyers make 5 Klansman gang members walk free, right? Justice denied to the victims because of those investigators' corruption and missteps. There's no changes when it comes, you understand? And we're seeing signs of those breadcrumbs being dropping in the same Donnalee case involving Noel Maitland as a police officers. We have seen where from the initial stage, policemen assisted Noel to clean the crime scene. People, this is no joke, right? People, this is no joke, right? You need to understand these breadcrumbs being dropping. And that's what I am saying, and that's why I'm giving you history. I am going to show you another history to cement your mind and show you what I am talking about. I am going to play for you tonight Gabriel King clip, that little boy who died in his mother's car, right? And the mother reason, right, to say that, okay, right, the little boy was abducted. When you hear the reason, you know that from the pit of hell, that is such a lie. That is such a lie. What the mother is driving a 2021 Audi, where someone can't, if she slows down at a what you call a rut, a pothole, right? Because this is our defense in Gabriel case, that she slowed down at a pothole, and someone who was in near proximity of the pothole, when she slowed down, the person opened the car door, right, and knock her out, right, and take away the car and end up, right, kill the little boy. When you hear that, you know that that is just BS. That is just BS. Number one, what I want to ask the mother, right? You are driving an Audi and you have your little son in the car, right? You don't close all the door locks.
From you engage a vehicle,
right? From once you engage a vehicle, that's an Audi. That's an Audi is going to be automatically locked. So how someone who stood at, you understand, at a pothole, was able to just open the Audi door. You know what? I am not saying anymore. I'm going to play the clip, people, and let Honey play the clip so that the people can understand what being showed here.
Okay, before I go into the clip, welcome to everyone who's recently joined. Welcome to new API team members who have joined us. Natty Slim, welcome. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much. And thank you so much to those who are still here and for those who have been contributing, making their contributions throughout the presentation. Thank you so much. What else is here? Michibu, welcome. Happy Saturday to you. Thank you so much for joining in. And what else came in? Jennifer from Happy Team. Sweet Escapes is back. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you coming back, seeing that you got home safely. And she was saying the final justice and judge is God. The innocent lives shall rise in God's eyes. May God rest every innocent soul with peace.
Sweet Escapes, well, I love how you put that.
Well said.
Well said.
And Gilmore Jarrett is in the building. Welcome, Mr. Gilmore. Happy Friday
yes,
to you. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate you being here, and he's blessing up everyone in the chat. All right, so let me just find that.
So as I said, we are going to play the Gabriel clip for you, right? For you to, and then we speak on that.
Today. Later on, we are going to be resuming the driving. We're not going to go back 2D into the story because by now you would have known. The allegations are that Gabriel King, he was in his mother's car. You heard what the mother reported? Gabriel King, he was subsequently killed. Whosoever took him out, cut his throat. Now, we carried that story on this channel on January 22, 2022. You can go back and listen to it. The title was, Why Was Gabriel King Killed? And we went on to say, Mike Issa was arrested and charged for this. we had reported that he was charged for something to do with his fire. Now, there were some persons coming over on the channel and they were making some comments. Boy. Yeah, man, there were some persons making some comments. I'm going to put some of the comments on your screen. And we are going to go through them. And then we are going to tell you where we are now. One of the comments was from this person. Goes by the name Pajan Boss or Pajan Boss. The person said, none of what you said in the video is true. This is all lies. Lies, fake news. Stop spreading rumors and speculation. I hope you get a lawsuit. I responded. Everything I said can't be lies. Gabriel King was killed, so that part is true. So I said, do me a favor and point out the lies one by one. I went on to say, and why don't you initiate the lawsuit? The person responded, that's the only truth you told. The little boy was killed. Imagine the family is terrified of losing a young, innocent child to hoodlums, senseless killing. And this is how we show empathy to the family, by conspiring. We should have been out there searching day in and day out to find this heartless monster who carry out such act, but instead point fingers. Imagine that. Hope this don't happen to your family or your children. I responded by saying, so are you going to point out the lies I told or not? Why not tell the mother and the stepfather to offer a reward for information leading to the arrest of the criminal who killed young Gabriel? That's what I, as a parent, would do. There was another comment. And let me read it. The handle for this person is bread and butter. Whoa, people do not believe this nonsense. This person was responding to the video I posted. You can go back and listen to it. People just sit behind computers and make up stories. This child was her heart. She would never leave him with anyone, much less hurt him. Mike was not arrested. This is a lie. If you know so much, the police should be in contact with you. The father does not even live in Jamaica. That's what I said. I didn't say anything else. Amoy chose to bring him everywhere with her because she doesn't trust anyone with him because he's non-verbal. The person went on to say, applied to have his body cremated. Where are you getting this nonsense? Jeez. So, bread and butter. Let me ask you something. Did you hear that the body was cremated? Were you aware that the body was cremated? If you are not aware, it's in the cleaner. And the cleaner, I hope you can send them a message or something like this. The cleaner, they posted that Gabriel King's body was cremated. Do you understand how this thing goes, bread and butter? For a body to be cremated, an application must be made to the authority. The police also have an input in it. So what we had reported was that the family, they had applied to have Gabriel King's body cremated and the police had denied it. What we are now learning is that the police, they tried to hold out. But at the end of the day, they didn't have any legal basis to stand or any legal footing to stand on. So they had to allow them to go and cremate the body. So bread and butter, are you still saying I'm making up stories? Have you confirmed that yet? Whether Mike was arrested and charged by the police? Because he was, and he has been going to the court. So what story am I making up? What stories? Now, let me report on something. Gabriel King, an autopsy was done on his body at the end of January. About a week after I posted this story, on January 22. An autopsy was done on his body. And the cause of death was the cut under his throat. Nothing else. there were some persons who were speculating. Well, some persons who wrote comments that he was strangled. Persons also said something happened to him at home before he was killed. Or he was killed at home and his throat was cut to make it look like that's what killed him. No, no, go so. That is rumor. The autopsy confirmed that Gabriel King, he died because his throat was cut. People, expect some report to YouTube. A day or two after January 22, when I carried that story, we get a strike from YouTube. Eh? Yeah, man, we got a strike from YouTube. So I am expecting by tomorrow or the day after to get another notification from YouTube. Where you see truth, you see the truth, you can't hide from it, you know. No, Mr. or Mrs. Page and Bob, in your comment you said, we should have been out there searching day in and out to find this heartless monster who carry out such act. I wanted to say the same thing to Amoy and Mike. Are they out there trying to find the killers or the killer? What have they done? You see, people, let me try and explain something to you. There's hardly anything the police can do. And I'm going to tell you why. Based on what we know or our understanding, there is only one eyewitness in this case. That one eyewitness is the person who alleged that she was.
Okay. Let me stop that because I want to give you some background on that. Now, YouTube, my listeners, now, if as a parent, and my little boy was taken away from me and his neck being slashed, right? And he played number 3. The question, why would I want to rush to cremate the body? What am I hiding? What am I hiding? That don't sit well with me. The rush to have the body cremated. Now, this is the mother's defense, and I want you to really rationalize it. That she was driving at X point to X point, and upon reaching X point, she has to slow down as it relates to a pothole on the road where a gentleman stood. And as a result of her slowing down, the gentleman forced himself into the vehicle, knock her out, right? And put her into a safe place. I can't say it better. Put her into a safe place. And then, right, drive the vehicle in a close proximity where the little boy throat was slashed. Now, I drive high-end vehicle, and I know as it relates to the capability of those vehicles, right? That you have a master lock system that when you go inside there and you press the lock from your starting, right? All 4 doors are going to be locked. So then I want to ask the question, how was that man who stood at that pothole able in quick session, quick timing, bam bam, and open a vehicle like that, a Audi 2021, open a vehicle like that? People, look into that, right? And this is what her alibi is. This is what her defense is. right? And guess what? Social media is not active in that. Now, I am going to read out something for you again and show you the reason. I'm just giving those reflections why this Donnalee's case have to push with the ultimate fire. Because I am going to speak it as it is. We have seen signs, indication too often, right, of the corruption in the system. So look at how they dealt with the X6 case. Exactly, more fact, right? So when you're rich and you're powerful, right, I go back and say that the love for money is the root of all evil, right? And he can pay his way through. The licky investigators take a money and look the other way. You understand? And sink off evidence. You understand that is critical to the case. No doubt that is what is happening, right? And if you're in a body club, right, you can get away with certain things. That's why we have to be resilient about the Donnalee-Donaldson case. Let me go right now. The poor and vulnerable of our society will always suffer at the hands of our criminal justice system. This plain discrimination of classism and status showed us clearly that only the wealthy people really benefited from the criminal justice system. And so having to afford any of the following QC lawyers or any other QC lawyer that I have not listed, you would have earned yourself 85% success rate against a weak and corrupted prosecutorial system. These QC lawyers being on top of the food chain, where their professions are concerned, are extremely predatory to investigators who are inept and corrupted, as they often fail to complete a thorough investigation, as in the Donnalee's case, as in the Chantal's case, as in the Klansman case, as in the Gabriel case, as they often fail to complete a thorough investigation to satisfy the judges of what happened, where it happened, when it happened, why it happened, how it happened, and finally, who is responsible. QC lawyers like Peter Champagne, Churchill Nita, Marlene Aldred, Andre Earl, and finally, Tom Tavares Finson are extremely predatory to any prosecution who fail to present an airtight case. Donnalee Donaldson, Chantal Blake McCullough, and Gabriel King, justice for them hang in the balance as their cases plagued with delayed tactics. Crime scene manipulation, we have seen it. We have seen it. Lawyers shark, and finally, a government that is overwhelmingly corrupt with nepotism, skullduggery, and cronyism. We, the poor and vulnerable of the society, must stand firmly with all the victims against a corrupt and biased criminal justice system and demand justice. If there is no justice, then we will speak loudly, people, by voting at the poll. These three cases that I presented here tonight for people who are looking on, for the diaspora who are witnessing, if there is no justice come of these cases, then the mission for us, people of Jamaica, people in the diaspora, is to take the message to the poll. and we are going to use our strength, right, and vote out this government who is totally inept. Our strength are in our fingers. We have to make the decision going forward. We'll be looking on and we'll be watching. And I am not blaming or pointing finger, right, on the prosecution, because I am not a mind reader. But I am saying these breadcrumbs droppings of prosecutorial missteps from the initial, where persons are not deemed to be suspect. In Chantal McCullough case, where tarpaulin has been missing that could link, you understand, and identify a circumstantial evidence in making reference to the guilty. We have seen the delayed tactics that utilized there. We have seen where investigators who are investigating in the Chantal McCullough case associating with the criminals who he or she is investigating. What sort of system is this, where there is no justice for the poor and the vulnerable? We are praying here tonight, right? And I am telling social media, right, not to be excited as it relates to that prosecutorial misstep, right? We need for prosecutors to dot all the I's, cross all the T's, secure all the bolts to make sure that Noel Maitland face justice. We are asking the investigators to deliver the right thing, dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's. Now, and let me speak in terms of my position as it relates to Noel Maitland should be denied bail. My reason for saying it, I'm going to list you 3 reasons. The judge has a right to deny bail. We know that when someone is charged by law, that person shall be treated innocent until proven guilty. I am saying in this particular case, Noel Maitland case and case are quite apparent, that it is just clear as day. Now, in denying bail, we see an example as it relates to Shane McCullough. Free justice. Now, Shane McCullough travel documents, as according to what Chantal's sister says, that they were taken from him, but yet he was told that he was in Newark, right? Look at that. Now, the evidence that show from that reflection that if Noel Maitland been bail or get bail, there's no doubt that the same can be done as well, right? Now, the judge can deny bail on a couple of circumstances that I'm going to list in. If the judge look at the case and realize that bailing Noel Maitland, it is going to be appeared as injustice done, then the judge can deny bail. If Noel Maitland is proven as a flight risk, having the ability to flee from justice, Noel Maitland, as a police officer, because he still is, and have contacts, he's a producer, have links right? Let us be fair to ourselves. Do you think it's easy? And let me ask a question. Do we think it is easy for Noel to flee justice? Rhetorically, let me answer it. I believe yes. It is easy. As the example that's set with Shane McCullough, because Shane McCullough has fled, which give us a background to be aware of that. Again, the judge can also deny bail if the witnesses, right, life can be a threat if bailing Noel Maitland. Does he capable of such situation? Well, it's for the people to think, right? He had obviously committed, based on allegation, one number 3. Do we believe he has the ability to do it? All these indications as it relates to denying of bail, right? I am agreeing, stand with the people, right? And plead with the prosecutor to deny bail. Now, I hope that what the prosecution has to come September, right, would be more direct evidence coupled with the circumstantial evidence to make the people's case. Because Donnalee's case, Chantal case, Gabriel case are the people's case, the vulnerable and the poor, right? We are in defense of that. And we are asking the court, we are asking the criminal justice system, this time around, please allow us to have some justice. We need justice to be done. So let me just hitch and break here and we read through the chat and see what we have and where we can answer some more people. All right, right off of the bat, Mr. Gilmore said, to be poor is a crime. Yes, Daddy Gilly, that is what I'm saying. If you're poor, you're not able to afford QC lawyers. Simple means now, you lose 85% of a chance to get that benefit that you are to get from the criminal justice system, because you will be up against, right, those lawyer sharks who are QCs, right, who knows the way in and out, laws and clause of laws. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so Mr. Jarrett, welcome. For those who have recently joined us, thank you so much. Happy Friday to you. Cheryl, welcome. Cheryl Alastra, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. And was Tara, TJ's Delicious Cooking, welcome. Okay. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. King Lion, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Let's see. Which one you said I skipped over?
Was Big Me. Okay, we will get it again. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so Tara, blessings to everyone. Okay.
Big up yourself, Sister Tara.
And the mixing is saying, I hope if we vote them out, the next party come and do better. Well, we know definitely that not going to happen, because it's always swapping dog for monkey. It's like juggling the same ball over and over in different hands. So, and Mr. Gilmore is saying every politician have the answer to all when they're in opposition until they're in power.
So true, Mr. Jarrett. You will, and you know what we need, and let me say, right? we need to have this time give a third party, right, a chance, right, to do away with these two parties that we have, right, just playing politics with our lives, right, and leave us as it relates to the states that we are in, right, a criminal justice system that is not favor us, right. We need transparency and balance, and we need to work as according to the mission statement of the police to serve and protect and reassure. Right now, they are not serving us well. And I will say that when we look at our crime statistics of over 1,400 murder last year. All right, go ahead, Donnalee.
Okay, and Sweets, thank you so much for that super chat. Really appreciate it.
Bless up yourself,
And
Sweets.
Dejanay Gordon Educational Channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate you guys being here. And let's see. Okay, some more salutations going out to those who recently joined us. And Blinger Vivo is in the building.
Bless up yourself, Blinger Vivo.
You got this here. Happy Friday to you, Blinger. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. And Moya's Way saying, hey, family, welcome, welcome, Moya. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for joining. And more salutations going out there. And we've caught up with the chat.
Yes. So, as it relates to, and let us now switch back to Donnalee for a brief moment, and we are going to explain certain things. Now, the circumstance, I been listening to some persons in social media believing that, okay, if you don't have a body, right, to present, your case is not strong enough. That is very far away from the truth, right? If you Google, right, as it relates to circumstantial evidence, missing body, and case that been convicted, you have several, if not millions of cases, you understand, being convicted on circumstantial evidence. Because part of the circumstantial evidence as it relates to blood type evidence, that is in the Donnalee's case, right? And based on what the forensic experts are saying, let me say that, based on what the forensic experts are saying as it relates to those bloodstain evidence. And then later, DNA, right, testing is going to prove that, okay, the bloodstains that found belonging to Donnalee, that is strong and powerful evidence. QC lawyer or any other lawyer is going to have problem with that, right? So for me, who looking on that, and the prosecution has that, it simply means that Noel Maitland is facing a hellfire, right? So let me say this. It all depends on how the prosecution now, and people, let me honestly take you through this. It all depends on how the prosecution, the investigators, let me go to the investigators. Because what people don't realize, that most of the time the prosecution lose a case is as a result of the investigators. Nothing else, right? Now, it depending on how those investigators collect those evidence, because there's a particular procedure in law how to collect those evidence as it relates to blood type evidence. Now, apart from it being collected, collection is one. Number two that we are going now is how they preserve that evidence. So collection, preservation of the evidence are important as it relates to the entire trial process, right, of the evidence. Now remember that who the prosecution face is no ordinary lawyers. These are what you call QC lawyers. If you don't know about QC lawyers, go and research them. QC lawyers are the creme of the creme. Those are what you call the top shelf liquor. So then, these QC lawyers has the ability, right, that if the investigation is weak, those lawyers can annihilate the case. They have the ability to do that. They are QC lawyers. So then, when you have these cases, investigators has to dot all the I's, cross all the T's when your case is going up against these QC lawyers. And that is the reason why when you're rich and you're powerful, you are going to use the QC lawyers. And let me say something, people, because I've seen people bashing the lawyers. Why are you bashing the lawyers? Why are you bashing the lawyers? The lawyers are doing what the lawyers are to do. So you have to be fair. If any of you fall into a predicament and you have your money, you're going to want the best defense. You're going to want the best defense. And it is the lawyer's responsibility to defend his client vigorously. It is not the lawyer's responsibility, you understand, to ensure that the investigators dot all the I's and cross all the T's. So then if the prosecution bring forth a case in court, because all of these evidence that we are talking about as it relates to the blood type evidence, the circumstantial evidence, the direct evidence where you get from CCTV, because CCTV, direct evidence, blood type evidence, circumstantial evidence. All of these evidence are going to be tested by the QC lawyer as it relates to the merit of those evidence. And if those evidence, you understand, have holes in them, these QC lawyers have the ability to tear them out and, damage it. That's what I'm saying. So then, when you have investigators dealing with certain indictment, felony indictment, it is on the skillfulness of the investigators, right, to make sure you stay in the ambit of the law, right, and to make sure that, okay, as it relates to collection of evidence and what the law says, stay in the law and collect the evidence. Whether it's fingerprint, whether whatever you are collecting, stay in the law. If you are collecting statement, ICU, direct evidence, stay in the law, right, and collect the statement. Right? Now, just for example, that I show you from the initial stage where an investigator, right, has corrupted himself, right, fabricated a witness, right, into a particular case and claimed that the witness had written what he had written. But guess what? When you're up against a QC lawyer, and those evidence present in the trial court, and the QC lawyer looking on those evidence and dealing with those evidence, situation like that will be discovered. Now, might be, if it was the QC lawyer, might be it wouldn't be discovered and somebody would be innocently sent to prison. But that instance where I know of, that lawyer is a QC lawyer that is extremely good. there is a reason why you becomes QC, right? When you are lawyers for years practicing, right? There's a reason why you becomes that level. So when you are at that level, right? If you never know, every QC lawyer has the potential to become a judge. That is the similarities. Every QC lawyer has the potential to be a judge if they want to. But maybe they choose not to work for the government. So I am telling you the ability of the QC lawyer, right? Knowing laws, clause of laws, and strategies to formulate, and you will have your case as an investigator and think that all the I's and cross all the T's, and the QC lawyer find one loophole, and your case is through the door. Your case is through the door. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am telling you, right? Be aware, right? Because you're talking about QC lawyers. So for people who want to research them and have an understanding, right, of what you are dealing with, that's why investigators are not to be corrupt. I mean, if the prosecution don't have certain evidence, the prosecution just doesn't have it. And if the investigators lack the skills and the talent, that's why in the American FBI, let me say something what people didn't know. The American FBI investigators, most of them are lawyers. Most of the American FBI investigators are lawyers. So they know what they are doing, right? They know how to deal with the evidence. And that's why the FBI, the American FBI, have such a high success rate. Because when the FBI investigating the case and being the level of the FBI, because most of them, right, have their lawyer, the lawyer's degree, right? They are prudent within the system. Now, we could talk about Jamaica investigators, right? Most of them don't even have a degree, right? Most of them don't, to be honest, don't even understand law. Honestly, you will have someone who they investigate for years and don't even understand law to go up against QC lawyer. It's like you're putting out butter against a sun, a melting sun. So that is what you're up against, right? And so then the investigators have to dot all their I's, cross all the T's, and when the prosecution analyzed the case and said, okay, all right, we're ready to go to trial. That's why if you look at it, these QC lawyers have a 85 or 90% success rate against the prosecution. Arguments said and we're done. All right, so honey, take it over.
Okay, I had this comment up there from Mr. Mulford for a while now.
What is the comment?
It's there. They might take a long door, Baron.
Okay.
With what you were saying with the cases.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, continue.
All right. So yes, Mulford. As it relates to if you're talking about the prosecution and with the bail situation, I don't know if that is what you're making reference to, right? It all depends on the time when the prosecution get this new evidence. You understand? Because the prosecution have to strategize as well, you know. Because the prosecution know the type of caliber lawyer who they are up against with, who they are up against. And so then the prosecution have to make sure that all the I's and all the T's being dotted here. You understand what I'm saying? But what I'm glad about this is that the judge, right, called both persons to the bench, which is the lawyer and the prosecutor, right, and listen to both of them argument. the prosecution might say, okay, all right, we could not pass on the evidence to the defense because we have a duty to disclose, right? It's our responsibility to disclose any evidence that we have to the defense so that the defense can be better prepared. That is law. So the judge might listen to the prosecution, and the prosecution might say that, okay, based on the time that we got this evidence, we didn't have as much time. So for us to peruse the evidence to find out even if the evidence that we have is credible, right? So when the judge look at it, the judge might say, okay, all right, I am not pleased though, right? Because you know very well in terms of introducing new evidence into the system, then you have to share this new evidence with the defense because you have a duty to disclose, right? The defense, you understand, being the lawyer sharp they are, you understand, they are going to cry foul. You understand, they are going to say, no, this is ambush. That is what they are crying because they didn't know about that evidence. All right, so that is what it is. I hope I answered that question. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, welcome on Facebook. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Richard McCracken, thank you so much. Really appreciate you joining in. And King Lion is saying, Mr. B, you mean to say to serve unto that word?
Yeah.
That's what the police do.
Well, King Lion, I am just referring to their mission statement that they need to serve and protect, you understand, and reassure, you understand, the citizens of Jamaica. But King Lion, you know, we know that, of course, police involved in corruption. There's no to be about that. You understand? It's clear, right?
Okay. And Yvelle is in the building. Welcome.
Blessed be service, Sister
Thank
Yvelle.
you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Happy Friday to you. And Mr. Gilmore is saying, Queen's Counsel when you're talking about
yes.
them, and he's saying tapper.
Yes.
Top lawyers. All right, and Annabella Lawson is in the building saying hello everyone in the chat. Welcome. Happy Friday to you. Really appreciate you joining us. And Charlie. Welcome, Charlie. Happy Friday to you. Moffat Baron talking because it's not going to walk out in front. He's going to walk through the back door. Plus, he's going to get convicted about 4 or 5 years. So he's going to saying basically he's going to get a slap on the wrist if anything.
Well, Charlie Pin, look, I to be honest, and I understand what you're saying as it relates to you think that Noel Maitland is going to get a slap on his wrist, right? The truth be told, right? And let me say this in a very careful manner because, to be honest with me, to be honest with social media, to be honest with mainstream media, none of us really know the evidence what the investigators have. For investigators who are very close to the case, those direct investigators, it wouldn't be prudent for them to be speaking on the investigation or speaking about the investigation. So for people who get information as it relates to the investigation, I don't know how they get it, right? And how certain things on social media, if it is true any at all, right? But I don't believe that for investigators who understand certain principles, certain standard operating procedures, won't be speaking out to electronic media, social media, mainstream media, you understand, as it relates to an ongoing case. So then the truth be told, we really don't know, right, the evidence that the prosecution have. What we are giving really and truly are mere speculations based on what being communicated, right, from the police who think that it's appropriate to communicate on some part of the investigation, not all of it, right? And we are getting other information based on Donnalee's parent, right, Miss Sophia Lugg, and we use them much as possible. So then I am saying this to say that we really don't know the evidence that the prosecution have, right? And so then, what I will say though, that the type of lawyer that the prosecution will be faced is one such lawyer that would be identified as a lawyer shark. QC lawyer simply means that lawyer is very, very good. All right, so let us move on.
All right, and he's saying that Donnalee ain't no ordinary man, and India saying Queen Council they don't play.
All right, India, that's why we are telling them, for persons who don't understand, right, Queen's Council, right, when you becomes in that bracket of being a Queen Council, right, it simply means you are the creme of the creme. You are on top of your profession, your skills, your talent, right, is way beyond the roof, right? So these lawyers have the ability to even become a judge. The only reason why they don't become a judge is because they don't really want to work for the government, right? But to be honest, I will say this without no hesitation. Some of these Queen Council lawyers even know more than the judge, without no hesitation. So then we have to be careful when we're talking about QC lawyers. They are that good. Go ahead.
Okay, so India saying, guys, remember to thumbs up the live. Thank you for that reminder, India. Really appreciate it. And Charlie was saying, he was walking on its manners, or he jumped in on it. He said, wait, I was cussing Baron. Sorry, I forgot to say good night or good day, everyone.
You see, Charlie, you just had for me so. So you just cuss me off and you know say good night or everything. But below you still.
Okay, all right, so that's it for the chat.
Okay. And you ready for your Jeopardy or what?
Yes, it's almost 2 hours.
Okay, so that is where my piece end, right, as it relates to that. But let me tell you something. We are not going to stop. Keep on the pressure as it relates to Donnalee, as it relates to Chantal Makala, as it relates to Gabriel King. We just merely want to see justice. And if we sort of tie it down, right, just like our social media never really put pressure as it relates to Chantal, and we see that man has got up and fled justice, right? We have to make sure that we try our best as possible to follow up, you understand, and making sure that we remain relevant and the case, Donnalee's case, remain relevant, right? Looking for justice for Donnalee, for Chantal, for Gabriel, right? So that's where I leave it. That's where my piece is in. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that insightful presentation, and thank you guys for everyone who contributed to the topic. Really appreciate it. And again, thank you guys for being here tonight. So we are going to get into Jeopardy.
Mr. Gilmore, no, but I go on like you want to play Jeopardy, you know, because you go on like your fingers them faster than the little you them. If you go on like you want run in, them little you have discipline you. You know, system is stay far.
I have paper.
We'll use about this.
All right, so all right, so I'm gonna share the screen with you guys. So let me just bring it up here. All right, so remember the rules. If it's a place or person, you answer with what, and then the answer what is, and then the answer. If it's a place or thing, sorry guys. Tyrannus is a person. You're looking on Tyrannus right now. So if it's a place or a thing, it is what is with the answer. And if it is a person, it is who is, and then you give your answer. So tonight we're going to be doing religious education, name the character, trivia, science, and scrambled words. Let's start already. Okay, so I see. Let me just use the phone.
No, Empress, sir?
Empress have been there.
Oh, okay.
She's been there. So yeah, create excitement. So you look on the screen and you're not really seeing. All right, so Empress, I see Empress first with trivia for 100. So we're gonna start with trivia, and trivia for 100. The statue in New York City was a gift from France. This statue in New York City was a gift from France. Name the statue. Don't write nothing from Baron.
Leave it.
Oh God. Charlie said, wait, Matt's not did it. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Oh boy. Chuck Life, giving Trent Charlie Ping some power. All right, and I see the answer that I am looking for. So, oops, oh my goodness. What am I doing? All right, so let's reveal the answer. What is the Statue of Liberty? So let's see who first came in with the correct response. So first on the board with the correct response is, where this thing jumping? It's Ricardo. What is Statue of Liberty? It's as an S, but we know that's a typo. And then we have Truck Life.
How much for that? 100?
100. Truck Life. Okay, so he just got back off the road in time. All right, thank you so much for being back and joining back in. Really appreciate that. So that was Ricardo. So let me just reveal. Let me just open up at the screen. So Ricardo, choose. Okay, saying trivia for 400. This is the capital of Hawaii. This is the capital of Hawaii. What? Everybody's sharp this week. Nobody on a butter knife. Everybody a steak knife this week. All right, let's see. I see the answer that I am looking for. What is Honolulu? So, oh my Jesus. 1 second here, guys. What is Honolulu? So first on the board with the correct response is Truck Life, then Empress, then Ricardo. And that is for 400 points for Truck Life. So Truck Life, you get to choose.
So Diego, you have it. Ricardo on 100 points. Truck Life, 400 points. What?
And Truck Life is saying trivia for 200. All right, so let's see, trivia for 200. And it's a double point answer. Name this famous clock. Name this famous clock. Me not ask you nothing. Somebody don't say you can't keep nothing down. Okay, I see the answer that sorry guys. I see the answer that I am looking for, and it's what is Big Ben in London. So let's see.
Double point for that?
Yes, a double point answer. So first with the correct answer is Ricardo. And that was for 200 points, so you get 400 points.
So there you have it. Ricardo on Truck Life on 400 points, Ricardo on 500 points.
All right, so Ricardo is going to choose next. Ricardo said, watch tired. Yes, Ricardo, I've been working since last week, Wednesday, so I am beat, including 16-hour shifts. I am tiredness. Charlie, or watch hungry.
Both.
Charlie, you told me that I'm just hanging by a thread, literally. And I'm back to work in the morning. So Ricardo is saying trivia for 300. All right, name this famous site. Name this famous site. Okay, I can't hold them. I'm a really steak knife tonight. Tell us a sharp. Sharp. 6 bars, me say, him a cut sharp. 6 bars, so like he make sure he go to the what you call it?
Oh, you call 6 bars. Truck Life. You can't call Truck Life 6 bars.
It's saying graduate.
How do you, man? You can't call Truck Life 6 bars, man.
Right, I see the answer that I am looking for. So, what is Stonehenge? Empress, I just look at. All right, so let's see who first came in with the correct response. Let's refresh, although I don't think I needed to. So first on the board with the correct response is Truck Life.
Wow.
Then Ricardo.
I'm tell you, you can't call the man 6 bars. Here you have it. The score, Ricardo, 500 points. Truck Life, 700 points. Boy, come like a Ricardo Truck Life in a big war tonight.
All right, so Empress said, I just a look at. And Charlie said, Mystic, when you take a day off, no make sense, dead. Charlie, we short staff bad. Anytime it come to the summer, most people on vacation, so we short staff bad. Ricardo is saying, man just like a 6 bars cycle, so may I tell you. And Truck Life is saying, no 6 bars around here. Charlie said, left him money. And Truck Life is saying trivia for 500. All right. These African monuments are tombs for powerful leaders. So these African monuments are tombs for powerful leaders. Welcome, Kishan. Happy Friday to you. How are you? Goodness me, I'll put camera coming off it, but anyways. Ricardo said, what is me no know? He says, I'm good. We're good, Kishan. Thank you for asking and welcome. So bless up going out to Kishan.
Big up yourself, Kishan.
No, yes, Kishan, we do. And I didn't know you were living here either.
In Canada?
Yeah, he lives in Ontario.
Okay.
Mhm. All right, so I'm still looking for the answer. No, Empress. These African monuments are tombs for powerful leaders. Charlie said, mistake your short staff tournament them kill for little Benjamin Franklin. Oh my God. Empress is laughing. You have to do it for the patients as well. Anjali from Happy Team, welcome. Happy Saturday to you. Think about the ancient gods in the answer. Think about what they're buried in. They bury the ancient gods that they're exhuming from all these what you're calling them now, pyramids.
I'll give you the answer now.
Empress, what is UNESCO? Okay, all right. So I'm just gonna reveal the answer for that one. What is Great Pyramids? I even told you what is Great Pyramids. So the tombs that they buried them in were pyramids. They bring their worldly possessions or stuff that they prize a lot, and they put them in the pyramids, and that's their tomb, and then seal it. All right, so who had gotten the last one before this one? Who got the score before this one? Was it Ricardo or Truck Life?
I think that's Truck Life.
Okay, Truck Life. So choose again, Truck Life. Oh, she's in ads. Okay, so it's saying character for 500. Name the character. Okay, name the character. Yep, I did. When did I bid? Oh, look how them jump on that fast. All right. Okay, I see the answer that I'm looking for, so I'm not even going to tarry, so I'm just gonna, who is Yoda? Okay, you have who is, oh my goodness. All right, so first on the board with the correct response, that one is close, so let me just refresh with who is Yoda, is Ricardo, then Truck Clive, then King Lion.
How much is that?
That is 500 points.
For Ricardo, right?
Yeah, Ricardo. Yeah. All right. So there's a screen. So Ricardo, you get to choose.
So there's a score. Truck Life on 700 points. Ricardo on 1,000 points.
Empress. Empress said, who is missing? I'll come back with them and kiss me. I never yet watched Star Wars. Really, Empress? Right, so Ricardo is saying character for 200. You don't want Star Wars? Oh my goodness.
We usually love Star Wars.
Don't touch Jaden who just been watching Star Wars. Empress said, oh no, not a point. Name the character that he plays in the movie. Thank you, Chocolate. No matter what, I have to laugh. Boy, my goodness. All right, I see the answer that I am looking for. Boy, not that easy. Who is Kung Fu Man? Who is Dumbledore? Who is Gandalf? At least somebody was paying attention and watching the movie. So first on the board with the correct response is Truck Life, 200 points. Who is Dumbledore?
Score as it is, Truck Life on 900 points, Ricardo on 1,000 points. Boy, Truck Life 2-2 with the big gun.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for still being here, Teacher P. Really appreciate it. Oh my God, it was
bless yourself, Teacher P.
And Ricardo said, I can't remember his name. And NDA said, me neither. Empress, oh shoot, clueless. And Daniel is looking. And NDA saying, Truck Life, yeah, go on good. And Truck Life is saying characters for 400. All right, let's reveal that. Okay, name the character, not the actor. Name the character he played in that scene there. The character. Remember I said it's not the actor. I need you to name the character. Oops, see it there? No, the character. What movie was this he was in? The character. Welcome, welcome, Sassy. Happy Friday to you. She
bless
said
yourself,
night.
Sassy. Who's Ross this now? Who that ugly one?
Charlie. Teacher P said, go to Truck Life. And Teacher P is laughing. Charlie, that is not the answer. Teacher P said, pick up yourself, mistake. Pick up yourself, Teacher P, thank you. And Sassy said, Truck Life, what happened to my jerk pork? You say, how you make the baby mark up? And Sassy said hello to Teacher P and more salutations going there. And Teacher P saying loud Truck Life. And Daniel running. All right, let's see if remember I said thank you. All right, so I see the answer that I am looking for. Right, so who is Forrest Gump? And that is for 400 points. So let's see who first came in with that. I think it was oops, just run. So first it was Truck Life, and then King Lion came in with the correct answer. So Truck Life first.
Well, the score as it is, Ricardo on 1,000 points, Truck Life on 1,300 points. Why Truck Life to go in belt this tonight? Remember me tell you, Truck Life to go in belt tonight.
So Truck Life choose. Ricardo said, move this now and laughing. And they say, Daniel run gone. Daniel said, I not even know him. And he said, laugh out loud, India. Truck Life is saying, Sassy will soon talk. And the movie is Forrest Gump. Don't remember his name in the show. Forrest Gump.
Mm-hmm. Forrest Gump.
And she's gives salutations to everyone. Ricardo is looking. Teacher P said, haha, lol, Charlie, make your cursing bad words, Mr. Mystic, but I don't know why I'm reading it out. Bad words. Yes, Teacher P, I could overlook it. Oh my God. Ricardo said me is what I'm looking, and Chuck Life is saying character for 300. All right, let's see. Name the character. Everybody should be jumping all over this one. Name the character. Please say laugh out loud, Ricardo. And Sassy saying, you see what, Mr. Ricky? Oh, Ricardo said, I don't have on my glasses. Okay. Teacher P said, win for me and your truck life, lol. And they said, truck life start the show tonight, lol.
I tell you.
And truck life is saying, Teacher P, lol, and laughing. And Teacher P saying, lol, truck life. And Teacher P saying, then with laugh out loud. And all right, and I seriously, Sassy? Empress? Oh, Ricardo said, I can't see. Put on your glasses. Charlie said.
Rush. Willy Wonka.
Well, I laughing at one day too. And Teacher P said, Lala, Charlie. So the character, not the name of the actor. Okay, and I see what I'm looking for. So that is who is Indiana Jones. Oh my goodness. That's a Willy Wonka. Oh my God, that is so far off. All right, so let's see who first came in with the correct response. Well, damn. I'm not seeing it on this. Okay, so first on the board with the correct response is Truck Life.
Whoa.
Who is Indiana Jones?
What
Truck
are you
Life
going?
means saying step up and in not looking back.
I tell you. Trust me. Take it to Ricardo tonight. There you go, Ricardo on 1,000. Truck Live step away by 600 in advance with that 1,600 points.
Oh, Sassy said, no, man, we can't see the pic, so everybody wasn't seeing it. Okay, and King Lion says Indiana Jones. Teacher P's laughing again. She said, I heard that Mr. Mystic lol. Stop, read those words. You can read it and read them out. And Empress was saying, we can't even see the picture. How comes others were seeing it?
So it depends on the phone that they have.
Yeah, maybe. Charlie said, no sesame, I did. When person me just I guess something. And Truck Life is bringing it home. He's saying character for 100. Name the character. Everybody should be jumping on this one too. The character, not the actor. The character. Arthur. Okay, so Sassy said that's what I'm trying to tell her, Empress. Okay, I guess the phone, I'd have needed to just move the bar over on the phone. Sorry about that. And Teacher P saying Truck Life is exploding tonight. Daniel said, may I watch? Teacher P said, it's funny when he reads them and laugh. Okay, so I said, okay, all right. So if the people keep that listed and giving me the star, I don't want the name of the star. I need the character, and I see what I am looking for. And who is Captain Jack Sparrow? So first on the board with the yes, it's Johnny Depp, but that's not what I was looking for.
And that's his name. That is the actor, Johnny Depp. The character is Mr. Sparrow.
All right, so first on the board with the correct response will be Truck Life.
And much
for 100.
for 100?
Yep. All right, so let me just widen up the screen. All right, so
So there you have it. Ricardo on 1,000 points, Struck Life on 1,700 points.
all right, so let me see. Tessie said "tro" and laughing. Teacher P said "lol," laugh out loud, Charlie. You're going church as well, right? You must make sure I'm sit up front, right in front of Pastor. As Pastor call out a call, he run go up. Oh, hush, Daniel says hardly can see the screen. I guess the size of the picture to the device that you're using. And India is saying, Sassy, you see why Chuck Live say him soon talk to you, lol, him busy tonight, lol, me I tell you. Teacher P say your baby mother them blind you, Daniel. Well, it's probably him thing tonight. I forgot back and watch it because I had to silent it, but it was there. King Lion said, don't worry, him drunk, I see everything clear. So she said, yes, and me, I miss see. And Chuck Life is laughing and giving thumbs up. And Charlie is saying, who is man who divorced his wife? And Daniel is saying, here you know. All right, let's see how much. So Truck Life is saying scramble for 100.
So Truck Life got this?
Yeah, you got it. 100. You added it already.
Okay.
To that 100, yeah. All right, so unscramble that word. Oh my God. Remember that. Unscramble that word. Oh, I remember it. Unscramble those letters. Sorry, I said the word. Unscramble those letters. Right, I think, okay. That it says one baby my name have teacher Piash and it's me. And Empress said, and don't come back with these. I don't need to start wear glasses. Hush. And Daniel I said one baby mother in the chat. And Empress said, I bust my brain them people who getting it very old. Right, and Teacher P said, Lala, I hear your sassy sound like you give Daniel a boss. Okay, and Sassy saying, well, go through Truck Life. And Truck Life is saying Sassy Lala and giving thumbs up. And Sassy saying, if you want to call it, give him a boss. And Teacher P saying, lol, same way, so and Charlie better be at the front in church on Sunday, I'm telling you. And Ricardo was saying, repeat the score.
Okay, Ricky. So the score, Ricardo on 1,000 points. Truck Life on 1,700 points.
Okay, and did the chat just jump or go down? Okay. And Sassy saying La Lion and Sassy saying Ricky. You know, hear him say Truck Life on 1,700 points. I guess him cleaning the ears.
Yeah, man, Sassy's right. Sassy's
oh
right.
my goodness. And Sassy saying, and you on 1,000.
Yeah, that is correct, Sassy.
All right. And I see what I am looking for, but I am no Lion. But all right. So let's let's refresh and see who first came in. And say it's Scrabble. All right. So first on the board with the correct response of what is spaghetti? It's Truck Life.
What?
For 100. Then Ricardo, Empress, Sassy. Welcome, Juba. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much
Bless
for
yourself,
joining.
Juba.
Really appreciate you being here. How are you doing? And he's saying hello. And Ricky can't believe you said Truck Life run around him already. All right. So there's the board. Choose the next category and for how many points. Right. So Juba, welcome again. Happy Friday to you. And Ricardo is can't believe him eyes. Teacher P said Truck Life well bright, you know. As some like when man smart. Wink, wink.
All right.
Juba is saying thumbs up, Dan. Thank you so much, Juba. Really appreciate
Bless yourself,
it.
Juba.
And salutations going out there to Juba. And Ricardo said, I'm full for internet Truck Life a thief. No, sir. And Charlie said, P, where the hell may I go to alter front ado? May I get Sunday food? Oh my God. Well, the Alfred plate up front too to tell him I give you money if you go buy the food. And Truck Life is saying Teacher P and thumbs up. All right, let's see what category Truck Life choose. So continue with Scramble for 200. And it's double your score for this one. Double your score. Double your score for this one. And Sassy saying, your own it look like Ricky lol. And salutations going out there. And Teacher P saying, lol, sure you're going for forgiveness. Fool him one, Teacher P. Teacher P said, lol, Truck Life. And Truck Life is off like Ricardo. And, yeah. And Lion saying, I hate Scrabble. And Sassy said, me too, Lion. And Albert Remanda is in the building. Welcome,
Yes,
Albert. Happy Friday to you, or happy Saturday, wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate you coming in. And salutations going out there to Albert. Forgiveness, I who me number 3, so I'm laughing. All right, so salutations going out there to Albert. And Teacher P saying, lol, lol, Charlie. And Charlie's laughing. And salutations going out there. And Shabbai saying, I'm okay, good to know.
All right.
And Ricardo is saying, oh no, I see the lightning where I keep outside. Oh no, I see the lightning where I keep outside. I must say it has speed up Truck Life internet. So she said, no, I had it this evening.
Truck Life a flash tonight, you know. Tell you.
Teacher P said, lol. And more salutations going out there. And Ricardo is saying, Sassy God, take me picture. Me picture.
My picture.
Okay, Sassy God, take me picture. All right, and I see the answer that I'm looking for coming in, saying what is cruel. So, and it's a double your score answer. So let's see. I say, when me try to make it as easy as possible, people still complain. I say, I can't please people, you know? Can't please people at all. All right. So, what is cruel? First on the board is Empress.
All right.
She never have any points, so double your score, so she get 400.
Whoa. Empress Ghana Road.
then Truck Life, then Ricardo, then Daniel. Right, so that's the order in which they came in. So Empress choose. Let me just give you.
So there you have it. The score: Empress 400 points, Ricardo 1,000 points, and Truck Life on 1,800 points.
And Teacher P say you got this, Truck Life.
Truck Life looking good so far. I wonder
So if saying that is lovely, Ricky.
Truck Life is going to keep up momentum for the night.
And Truck Life is giving Teacher P the thumbs up, and Ricardo is saying, as long as I know Truck Life. yeah, fine against Truck Life though, Ricardo. I can't believe you Truck Life no brethren all this time. Then all of a sudden you just a bad man him so now because he might give you a little run for your money tonight. Because he might run your foot hot tonight. It's about as long as I know Truck Life. Teacher P is laughing. Truck Life, so Ricky come go up. King Lion said, Mrs. B, could you not do Scrabble next week, Friday? You not do Scrabble next week, Friday. All right, we try to mix it up, King Lion. Ricardo said, me well bad mind right now, you know? Charlie Pins and Mystic want me thief God money, I know. No, Charlie, me never say if you thief. Me say if you go up front and you show say you're hungry, they might give you the money for buy the food. Me never say put you on the half rate plate and take off. No. Me say they will give you the money if you're hungry. And Daniel is saying Ricky move from there. And Chuck Life is saying Ricardo and laughing. And the Teacher P said, Ush Ricardo, all right, let me see if Empress has chosen already. Okay, she's saying scramble for 300. All right, so scramble for 300. Right, unscramble those letters. All right, so let's go back up in the chat. Okay. Daniel said them are run because by the time him type answer gone in already. All right, so I think you are logging, Albert. You need to refresh. I think Albert, you're logging.
I'm just an answer scroll.
Yeah, I'm logging. Which was, or maybe not. Yeah, I think you may be logging. Okay, and Teacher P saying, Ricardo is saying, go on through Sister Empress and celebrating, and Chuck Life is celebrating for Empress. Chuck Life is celebrating for Empress. And Teacher P said, Empress at it again. And Ricardo is saying, as long as I'm not such man, me good. You hear them something that Truck Life, eh? You hear my root against you now. Truck Life said, can't believe I have Ricardo under so much pressure. I tell you. All right, and Charlie's celebrating for Empress. So yes, Empress is on the board, and Truck Life is saying Ricardo Badman is active and laughing. And Ricardo is saying, me well bad man right now. And Ricardo said, bad man is very active. And the Empress is saying, hey, Charlie. And Chuck Life is saying, Ricardo, and laughing. Ricardo is saying, it's all good though, me in a top 5. And King Lion is saying, Charlie, when they get the money, share it, all right. All right, and I see the answers coming in. All right, so I see what I'm looking for. And so what is caterpillar? All right, so let's see who first came in with the correct response of what is caterpillar. Right, so first on the board is Ricardo, then Empress, then Truck Life, then Daniel, and Charlie's laughing his head off. Then Albert, okay. All right, so that's the order in which we have the answers. So Empress first, and that was for 300 points. Mr. Okay, he's coming. Is he? Or no? Okay, so Empress 300 points.
300 points on Empress?
Yeah. All right, so there's the board. So Empress choose the next category and for how many points?
So dear, you have it, Empress on 700 points, Ricardo, 1,000 points, Chuck Life, 1,800 points. Woo! Let me get some heat tonight.
Jeffrey said Albert is not logging his copy. All right.
What the copy said? Albert is not logging his copy in.
Pineapple juice done. Oh my God. Daniel is saying I'm going to take the goal one night. And Empress is saying, Teacher P, I just hit the board from night. Chucklife is saying, I hear and laughing. And Albert is saying, Teacher P and laughing at Teacher P's comment. And Teacher P is saying, oh my, what happened to you tonight, Empress? And Ricardo is saying, but Empress, when last you see the original such man though? And Empress is saying, I don't know characters and come with. And Teacher P is saying, it's sweet, your Albert, lol, you must stop it. Laugh my ass off. All right, let's see what Empress chose. Ricardo saying, it's me. Hold on. Stay with me. And it's me first. Oh, yes, it's Ricardo first. Sorry, it's Ricardo 300 points. Sorry, Empress didn't choose. Ricardo, you choose. And
So the 300 go to Ricardo?
Ricardo, not Empress. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Ricardo, for not shouting at me in any tone of words. No, he did. It's me first. Him go back down. All right, so Ricardo first. And Teacher P says, lol, Albert, okay. I know you don't plan to stop the copy.
Empress is 400 points, Ricardo 1,200 points, and Chuck Life 1,800 points.
All right, so let's see what Ricardo. Empress said she had named the character category, but I don't know them or even get any answer to the trivia, Teacher P. Oh my God, hush. All right, Ricardo, what? Empress said, Ricardo, why you shouting? And the same thing, me, I said, me just accept. Thank you for not shouting at me as me look down. Yes, again. Hello, check again.
Yes.
Ricardo said, me love shout and laughing. And Albert is saying, Teacher P, come on. And Sassy is laughing. And Teacher Empress is saying, your throat's so hoarse. All right, let's see. And Teacher P said, lol, and all right, let's see what Ricardo chose. The screen is up there. Okay, it's saying religious education for 100.
Religious education.
Who had to climb a sycamore tree to see Jesus? Who had to climb a sycamore tree to see Jesus? Don't do RE in a 7th grade of high school.
What is short man? You know, kind of name.
Are you climbing a tree?
So that what is short man? And Ricardo is saying, check back your records and shouting. And Empress is saying, Ricardo got it. And Teacher P said, then with laugh, Albert. Ricardo is saying, lol, she soon see it, man. And Albert is laughing. And Empress is saying, shoes, no. And Charlie said, me stick up in your house. Or am I here? Oh, it's my son. Yeah.
My middle son is in the kitchen, so you're hearing all the rumblings that he's carrying on within the kitchen. And Ricardo is saying, I did shout and laughing. And Teacher P saying, Ricardo, tonight is not your night, lol. Your points almost go to someone else. And it's your
girl, Suzanne.
Welcome, Suzanne. Happy
Bless
Friday
yourself,
to
Suzanne.
you. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope all is well with you. And she's giving salutations going out and salutations going back to Suzanne there. And Empress is saying, where did Truck Life go? And Empress is saying, hey, Suzanne, welcome. Some more salutations going out there. And Teacher P is saying, lol, Ricardo, and Albert is laughing. Some people look better with the spelling. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, Marlon is still here. Thank you so much for still being here, Marlon. But remember, with the answer, you have to put, if it's a person, it's who is, and if it's a thing or place, you put what is, and then the answer. Right? So it's the answer that I am looking for. Charlie, why you have to make everybody know so you know go to church or you never do religious education in school? It says, who is Zacchaeus? That is found in Luke 19, verse 4. All right, let's see who first came in with the correct response. Boy, Charlie, you're not easy. Empress, seriously? You know what? Let me keep my mouth. Let me zip my mouth. You know, I'm going to zip my mouth.
God, me never said
I don't want to chew me out. All right, so first, Truck Life, you're worse. You're the worst in the pack right now. Never come to Truck Life answer last because trust me. Him the way out pan the limb when the pan is so maga that I think he pop with him and he drop off.
I wonder if I limb when I see one come maga monkey church out pan and he broke with him on the lion catch it. Monkey ball to him.
Empress said, who is Moses? Charlie said, who is Lazarus? Oh my God. So first on the board with the correct response is Ricardo.
How much points?
Then Empress corrected herself 100.
100 points?
Yes. Then all right. That Marlon, but Marlon did not. He put it before him, Ricardo, but he didn't put who is.
All right. So the score as it is, Empress on 400 points, Ricardo 1,400 points, and Chuck Life still maintaining the lead, 1,800 points.
All right. So Truck Life running after the fact. Wait up, I don't know if you hear why them, but who is Lady Saw? So that is Truck Life answer. Who is Lady Saw? Oh my God. All right. So who just get the point again? Ricardo. Ricardo's the religious education for 300. All right. Okay, so I walked and learned from Elijah and then took his place. So I walked and learned from Elijah and then took his place. All right, so let's see the answer for that one. All right, let's continue with the chat. Great. Some more salutations going out there, and Teacher P just said something there to Albert. And Suzanne is saying, me in my bed going to sleep, leave you. Okay, have a good night's rest and have a wonderful and blessed weekend. Bless
myself, Susan.
And Teacher P said, Truck Life, come out, lol. And the call Teacher P call him out here and come out. And King Lion says, Mr. B, start seeing the words now. Look how we're it out.
But tell you,
Charlie said, truck life gone bathroom, him soon come. And truck life said, teacher P, lol. Oh my God. Teacher P said, lol, you come out truck life. Truck life, he said, Charlie. Ricardo is saying, truck life come go up. Truck life still a lead him now.
yeah.
All right. Hold him truck life. And I said so. Truck life said, Ricardo, lol, move from there. And salutations going out. And teacher P said, lol, and Empress says, lol, zip your mouth. Oh, he's talking to teacher P. So I'm sending comment for you on the Sassy Diva. Please don't be shy, teacher P. And Ricardo said, lady never climb it, she stayed underneath it. All right. And salutation going out. And teacher P said, leave me alone, Albert, lol. Truck life is laughing. Teacher P saying, dead with laugh, Ricardo. And Charlie's laughing. And Albert is laughing. Say, no, teacher P, don't. All right, so let's see if the answers are coming in. Empress Ricardo, stop spam the chat, boy. And teacher P saying, oh, okay, my star Albert, lol. All right, and I see the answer coming in. All right, so remember you have to put who is for the person. All right, let's reveal the answers. You can know all of those who go Sunday school or the religious education, high school and our 7th grade. All right, so I read refresh early. So first on the board with the correct response of who is Elisha is Ricardo, then teacher P, then but she forgot to put it who is.
And that is 300 points?
Yeah, that's 300 points. Oh my goodness. Then truck life. Yep. So that's
the score as it is. Empress 400 points, Ricardo 1700 points, truck life 1800 points.
Good night, Paula. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Happy Friday to you.
Bless yourself.
Appreciate you being here. Who we gave the point to? Who just got the point?
Ricardo.
Okay, Ricardo, choose. Guys, my brain is mush. I have to stay with me. Byron have to make sure and keep abreast with what's going on with who got what. Because trust me, my brain is mush right now. All right, so religious education for 200. So that was from Ricardo for religious education. I led the children of Israel after Moses died. I led the children of Israel after Moses died. Remember, the operative word is after Moses died. Look on the Sunday school people, them are run out. Mr. Them sharper than them, even sharper than the steak knife. Right, so Elisha was that one, and we were saying, okay, teacher P. Empress is saying, Mr. You see Ricardo. Mr. You see Ricardo. And Ricardo said that was easy. And teacher P said, and Empress is saying, and you need to come with some brain busters, because you see, Ricardo, I need to go back to churches. Truck life is over here. It's always festive time. Truck life, you all have to make it very festive. And good night again, Paula. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you being here. And blessings going out. And teacher P saying for real truck life. Thanks, teacher P, for endorsing that. And more salutation going out there. More salutations going out. And thank you so much for still being here. Sweets really appreciate it. But problem bringing up her channel with this. I'm going to have to just go in and click on to get to her channel because of the way the which wordings are. And if Empress or Ricardo get it, yes, it's Ricardo.
Yes, yes.
Ricardo. We gave it to Empress. He got it. And Empress is saying, oh, I think me hear me name lol. No, we said you came in next. Okay, so more salutations going out there, and I see the answers coming in. So I'm just going to reveal the answer and who is Joshua. As soon as it went up there, everybody is on it. Well, as I said, sharpen and steak knife with that one. All right, so let's see. All right, so first on the board with the correct response is David, who is Joshua. So David on the board. I'm running with an answer, and that is 200 points. Then Teacher P, then King Lion, then Ricardo, Truck Life, Empress, Paula.
What?
Ricardo said, we're not to Del Coco. Empress Dr. Delco. And even Charlie Pin came in with the answer. And Teacher P says, yep, I grew up in church. All right, there's the board. So, David.
Yes, David.
Need to choose.
David needs to choose.
All right, so David, you choose the next one. And for how many points? Yep, Teacher P grew up in church. And Truck Life is saying, Delco David. David said, me done work now, so me there.
All right.
There. Here, Ricardo, kiss me teeth. Ricardo. Oh my God, more competition for you. Charlie said, not to Delco. Okay, more salutations going out there. And Empress is saying, God help me, I don't want to be a 6 boss because I'd surely cry tonight and don't return. Well, try a second best. And David is saying, full footman Charlie.
So do you have a
More
choose already?
salutations going out, I'm going down. And David is saying science for 300. If you remember science on the board. This type of vertebrae uses gills as young and lungs as an adult. So they breathe with their gills when they're young and with lungs when they're adult. And it's a double point answer. So what vertebrae is it? So more salutation going out there. And David is saying, I'm both hungry but good, going to get KFC. No, you're calling Ricardo name. Ricardo said, David Michi is a singer box now.
No, beg.
And I look, hear me say, I'm calling Ricardo David. And as we go down, is that your Empress and large prayers for me, David, please. And David said, move yourself back by Ricky. And Teacher P said, lol, and oh my God. And salutations going down there to David. And in Truck Life putting in him order, so it said, Delco David, I just want a chicken box, please. Thanks. Oh my goodness. What we want? Want some corn on the cob. What you want, Baron?
Come on, the corn.
Ricardo said, look how him switch that topic. Okay, and what is, oh no, that's the answer that's coming. Okay, all right, let's see. All right. Let's see. All right, and I see the answer that I am looking for. Okay, what is amphibians? All right, so let's see who first came in. People have put it in, but maybe I've put both what the amphibians are. So first on the board with the correct response is David.
All right. And how many points have?
300 and it's double point, so 600.
Okay. So there you have it. Empress on 400
Again,
points. David on 800 points. Ricardo 1700 points. And Chuck Life 1800 points.
Okay. And what is tadpoles? Okay. The frogs. Okay. All right. So let's open up the board for what's it, David?
Yeah.
David to choose. All right. So choose David. All right. Let's continue until David chooses. Okay, so that and King Lion is saying, "Hey David, don't forget the corn." See, Lion want corn on the cup too. You're the only one who don't want to put in no order.
No, so I put in cover on the can.
You put in cup on the corn. And Bishop said, "Lol." David said, "Wait, there are so much order they don't want." I tell you, like. And David is saying, "Me never see them, you know." And David is saying, "Oh, me not hear nobody order biscuit." I want the biscuit at all. And Mitch Boo is saying, "Check it in again. Thank you so much,
Bless
Mr.
myself,
Boo.
Mitch Boo.
Really appreciate that.
All
Happy
right.
Saturday to you." And Empress is saying, "I so hate biscuits. Me too. I don't really like it at all.
It's too flowery for me.
And the much baking powder
Much
always
baking
in
powder,
the
yeah.
thing. I like
I
it."
like it.
And Charlie, but you mean that when
Nah,
Fed
they
Charlie
broke
comment
the
before me.
Because me know broke as anti-fold. All right, Charlie Penn.
Me say whoever can teach Charlie Pin patois, me say they want 2 good lick.
I tell you.
All right,
And I
let's
beg
see.
dirty they'll call nothing because me know it broke as anti-fold.
What me say? I wonder how long it take him to learn it. Okay, David, you choose yet? Okay, said science for 100. This is the 5th planet from the sun. The 5th planet from the sun, people. Right. And Chuck Life is saying, "Delco David, my chicken box come with a biscuit." Chuck Life want biscuit. Okay, David. One person want biscuit. But please don't forget the biscuit. Oh, Teacher P says, "So frogs is the answer."
So
Wow.
frogs is the
Yes,
answer, wow.
amphibians, the tadpoles
Yeah.
as they use gills as tadpoles and then lungs when they're in frogs. Empress says she not like it. That's the biscuit. And Teacher P saying, "Congratulations to Truck Life."
Mhm.
Oh, still I lead by 1.
Chuck Life
Empress said, "Kiss me neck, David, pass me to that money sign."
Mhm.
David said,
So
"Oh,
far,
so me
Empress
can't."
safe because I only 4 persons on the board.
Okay, David said, "Oh, so me can't go get me KFC and come back because me in a top 5. Okay. And Teacher P is laughing and saying, "Empress." And Chuck Life is saying, "Thank you, Teacher P." And Charlie is laughing at Empress's comment. And she's saying, "You're welcome to Truck Life." And Albert is congratulating Truck Life. And Truck Life is saying, "Thanks to Albert." David is saying, "The biscuit them nice, you know, not when them cold though, them will choke you at that point."
Mhm.
And David is saying, "Bad man Charlie, go ahead." All right, let's see if the answers are coming in. Oh. All right. So what is Jupiter? So first on the board with the correct response, let me go up again and look down. It's Ricardo, and then Empress, then David, right? And
So there you have it, the score. Empress on 400 points, David on 800 points, Ricardo 1800 points, Chuck Life 1800 points.
right. So who needs to choose again?
Ricardo.
Ricardo. Okay, Ricardo. You sure?
Yes.
Yeah, Ricardo. All right, so Chuck Life is saying David, so true, and then the answers are coming in, and Teacher P saying still here, will be in the background for a little bit. Okay, Teacher
All right,
P, no
Sister P.
problem. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you still being here. And Charlie saying, me learn it in 3 days, no joke. Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, you even write it better than me. And David is saying, Chuck Life, see, the biscuit is a must. And Empress is saying, Miss Sister Ricardo want me turn 6 bars, you know. All right, so, and Paula also came in with the answer there also. Albert. And David is saying, soon come back my side. Him run gonna get in KFC. All right, and Ricardo is saying religious education for 400. Jesus saw me under the fig tree. Jesus saw me under the fig tree. Right, so who did Jesus see under the fig tree? President Chuck Life lend me a points. Oh my God. Ricardo said, I like Charlie until when Chuck Life said, Empress and laughing. Our teachers will say, taking a bath before the water gets too cold. Yes.
Oh.
Boy, tell me about it. The water cold down there really bite. And Ricardo, Charlie said, Ricardo, me dunce but not slow. Okay.
All right.
Okay, and I see the answer that I'm looking for. Look, man, preacher son, man. Empress, me serious. All right. Who is Nathaniel? Preacher son are going with himself. So first on the board with the correct answer is Ricardo. And that is for 400 points. So Ricardo, you get to choose. The next one.
So there's a score. Empress 400 points, David 800 points, Chuck Life 1800 points, and Ricardo 2200 points.
Yes, you finished
Yeah.
with the points? No, here Charlie. Oh Jesus, I want a fig tree. You said that easy. Empress kiss my teeth. Empress said that's why him go search and not type. All right, so Ricardo says scramble for 400. All right, so that's a two word unscramble. All right, so Master Banshina there for the one day. So what is that word? Unscramble those 2 words. And Albert is saying just turn hot water and cold water, not too much cold taking a bath. Bishop P says she don't have such trouble with the cold water in her pipe. Ooh, shivering. All right, so I see the answer that I'm looking for, so I'm not gonna be delaying. What is fried chicken? And David just gone to get some, and it's 400 points. So let's see who first came in with fried chicken, because everybody are running with fried chicken. Client, so what is a bucket of KFC? All right. So first on the board is Truck Life for
What?
400 points.
Well, I tell
And
you.
then Paula, Ricardo, Marlon. Charlie said, what is KFC?
This a real war is going on here now, man. So the score, Empress 400 points, David 800 points, Ricardo 2,200 points, and Chuck Life 2,200 points.
What is the name?
Clash of the Titans.
All right. So Ricardo. No, Truck
Truck
Life,
Life.
you choose. Is it the one, no, Teacher P? What was he unscrambling? Come, so Truck Life, it said scramble for 500. All right, there we go. So unscramble those letters. Okay. Oops. I still have that highlighted, sorry. England, what is bucket of KFC? Teacher P asking him what he was unscrambling. And Albert is saying he has hot and cold water. Teacher P saying, Lol Kingland, what were you unscrambling? And Truck Life, Ricardo is saying a Truck Life Empress, yeah. Empress is saying, me literally fed up this week and rub out some of them trivia next week. Ricardo said, watch ya. And Teacher P saying, Truck Life is very competitive.
Yes, man. Chuck Life.
And
Chuck Life are going with them thing tonight. Trust me.
tell him, go on, good. All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for. What is mechanic? And first on the board with what is mechanic is, oops. Oops. First on the board with what is mechanic, not mechanic. Mechanic is Truck Life. Then Ricardo.
And much for
Then
that?
Empress, that is 500
What?
points.
What?
Ricardo. If you stand up, you better sit down. And if you sit down, you better stand up, because whatever position you're in,
this is no joke.
comfortable.
This is no joke. Chuck Life taking on the big tank and putting it on.
Ricardo, you need to change position.
No, sir.
Truck Life, choose.
So the score as it is, Empress 400 points, David 800 points, Ricardo 2,200 points, and Chuck Life 2,700 points. Wow.
So Albert is saying,
No man, this is serious. Fried chicken.
can I eat like a KFC?
Church's chicken.
Golden chip, Phil. Oh, Philly, Kane's chicken, Popeyes. Oh, his name is not the different chicken.
Okay.
Chicken fillet and stuff. And Teacher P saying Truck Life is exploding.
I tell you.
Ricardo say about
Oh,
Jesus. Truck Life is laughing. And Truck Life is saying, I'm dying over here. No, you're not dying, Truck Life. You're surviving. You're soaring to higher heights. And Paula also came in with a correct response of Empress. And Charlie's laughing his head off. And Teacher P's laughing, say hello, Truck Life. And Albert is laughing. And Teacher P said, very good to Truck Life. And Empress said, last week was nice for me, not this week. Celebrate for Truck Life, man. We was celebrating for you last week. And Empress is laughing. Empress said, I'm done with over here. Gabriel said mechanic is fixing the cars. Oops. Oh my goodness, it run gone. All right, let's see what Truck Life shows, and then we catch up back with the chat. Even I can't see David said here in the background the line land bad. Tell them to subscribe while you're waiting.
No material.
Oh my God. I'm gonna say okay, saying cents for 200 in a weird there, so oh my God. So energy is finish that definition for energy that you get in high school and all its school. They say energy is, and they're always saying it the same way. So energy is, so finish what energy is. And teacher P said, it's student like Chuck Life me want in my class, and I tell you.
All right.
What you call it? Very much improved. And King Lanny said, Chuck Life, you share your credit with your brother. Ricardo said, this nice bad. And Paula said, Chuck Life, you're on top of things, man. I tell you, Paula. The world, Paula. I give Ricardo a good run this week, and Empress is saying, Ricardo, me not like this.
Well, like, to be honest, like go and take it tonight, you know.
Nobody put a goat mouth on Truck Life and salt.
No, but again, to be honest, I wouldn't surprise that Truck Life take it.
And Truck Life is saying, Ricardo, and laughing, well, nice.
But the money to take it.
Truck Life, give me some energy, I know. And teacher P said, bread guy, Truck Life, may I tell you. And Empress is saying, Byron, don't call me name, I beg. And Truck Life is saying, teacher P, and laughing. Why do I smell like I smell gas? And teacher P saying, lol, Empress. And Ricardo is saying, go Empress. And teacher P saying, lol, Truck Life. And Ricardo is saying, the little competition, nice bud.
Tell you.
And Chuck Life said, Paula laughing and giving her a thumbs up. And Charlie is raving for Truck Life. Upon the amount of trucks, so I put out
punch.
a whole fleet of truck, whole heap of face, whole heap of fireworks, and whole heap of fire. Me until they say, blaze up.
Truck Life, I tell us that Charlie and defend you 110%.
Charlie, I blaze for you, Truck Life. And Truck Life said, Charlie, and laughing. You pretended with laugh, lol. And Empress said, it's all right, Ricardo, make sure I don't message me, because me, I go block you tonight. So make sure Ricardo must message her, and Albert is laughing. Okay, and then I read Ricardo's comment that he's in long line.
But honey,
and David is saying, go Truck Life, beat the boy. May I tell you? All right, let's see. Charlie said energy supplement. All right, I'll take the closest answer to today's zero. What is the ability to do work? It is energy.
Ricardo.
And so for I think it's Ricardo, yes. Hold on.
And how much for that? How much for that?
That was 200 points.
That goes to Ricardo?
Whatever, let me go and just go back up. What is the ability to do work? Yes. So Ricardo.
Right?
Yeah, Ricardo. Then we have Truck Life, let's name in a different way. Then Empress, something like
okay,
that.
so there you have it. Empress on 400 points, David on 800 points, Ricardo 2,400 points, and Truck Life 2,700 points. Let me see what the board look.
Just 3 leave.
Oh, no, hold on, because listen to me. Ricardo coming like an QC lawyer there, you know. So
so we just get to Ricardo.
Yeah.
All right, Ricardo need to choose.
Truck Life, remember say Ricardo have the QC title, you know. So be careful.
Religious education for 500.
That all of your eyes and cross all of your T's.
So how long did it rain upon the earth when Noah and his family was in the ark? And I need it in days and nights. So how long did it rain upon the earth when Noah and his family was in the ark? Day and night, answer peeps.
My mom can't feed the ram so rough.
Here I'm rough.
Why?
I'm gonna make it as easy as possible to get through, but tonight I can't go sleep.
But I really want to see the winner tonight.
Okay, all right. So the
Yeah,
answer
go on,
for that. Okay, the answer to teacher P saying lol and teacher P saying lol. And Albert is laughing and Charlie is saying energy supplement. Ricardo said goat mouth. Yes, if you're thinking goat mouth, I'm fine. And Sassy is still here. Thank you so much.
Bless you for
Saying
yourself,
it's
Sassy.
life. And Chuck Life is saying energy is
Lucas
Lucas. And David is saying me a bun bad lamp for Ricky. Oh God. And Albert is saying energy is good life, good power. Yes.
Right.
David said block the boy Empress.
Yes.
Empress said me I go block him. Yes, David. And Sassy saying Ricky, you get it. Ricky said watch bad man David. All right, so Paula gave her answer as well. And Sassy said, Empress, you stuck, darling, hush, yeah. And I see the answers coming in.
What is 40 days? Wow.
All right, Pastor Sonia, I'm going to run out, man. All right, so I see the answer that I am looking for, and that is 500 points.
Oh my
Trouble
goodness.
dead.
Trouble dead. But tell us if we watch a QC, you know.
Trouble dead. What is 40 days and 40 nights?
Tell us a
4
QC then
verse
of the game.
It's only 2 leave. Let's see what's going to happen now.
So who won this? QC?
Ricardo got it, yes.
500 points.
500.
Tell us a QC today.
Then Marlon. Then Paula. And Ricardo, if you see me.
Okay, so
then Charlie,
there you have it.
see.
Empress, 400 points. David, 800 points. Chuck Life, 2,700 points. And Ricardo, the Power QC, is there. 2,900 points.
All right, so choose, Ricky, choose. Empress said, don't make Ricardo beat you. Oh my goodness. So those are the answers, okay. Look here.
See, Sassy take up for Ricky there.
Sassy said, David,
No
burn a bad lamp for me daughter, Godfather. She are gonna need him for help her with homework.
Oh, God.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Sassy no easy.
Empress said Truck Life. Truck Life said Empress. Empress said don't make Ricardo beat you. And he's saying, okay, science for 500. Okay.
What?
All right, let's see. So science for 500. Am I roll out to the big points? And now this weather tool is used to measure air pressure. So this weather tool is used to measure air pressure. Everybody run out for it. Empress
Come Chuck Live. Want to see this?
Empress said, may I go sleep, yeah. And Ricardo said, watch Bad Mind. And the Empress is burning fire, and Sassy's laughing, and Mixon is saying, Empress, me dey on the ends.
I tell you.
Thank you for still being
We
here.
are on the edge. How are we going, sir?
I would, Empress, I roll out toilet tissue for run a boy belly. Oh my God. All right, let's see who first came out with that correct answer. And it's one that I see there, and you want to know who got it? It's one I see there. And he corrected himself. So first on the board with the correct response. Sassy, Sassy, First on the board with the correct response is Truck Life.
What? No, sir, to give
500.
one more question left. Whoa. Chuck Life, this is what? 500 points?
500,
What?
God.
No, sir. No, sir.
Ricardo say hello, check again. Let me look again. Because the answer is barometer. No, sir, sorry, sorry, and a truck life for Ricardo.
Mirrors, QC kill him.
500.
Boy, QC kill him.
500. So go over to Ricky's side, move back over to the right.
Sir.
Oh my God. Sorry, I was only seeing the other meter. Other meter didn't see the barrel from you, Ricardo. All right, and then
Boy, this a QC a wicked. Can't give him a break. I tell you.
Chocolate is a Ricardo, but me get it now.
Boy, trust me.
Okay, yes.
I give a nice
right
tonight. Nah, liar.
Oh boy, Ricardo,
Well,
I give him fierce
Trust me.
mixing
Strong fight, truck life. Strong fight, but at the end of the day,
let's do the other one and see.
the man.
All right,
One
so
with a big
the
gun.
last one, 400. How many days does it take for the lunar
So,
moon cycle? How many
Ricardo,
days
winner.
does it take for the lunar moon cycle? All right. And Sassy's asking Moffat if him reach home yet. So teacher P said, well, go on, Moffat. So Ricardo was talking to me in a very loud tone of voice.
Hello, check out the
And then my head hurting me.
I don't want the man to put him fight. The man.
Hello. Check
Yeah,
again.
Check again.
All right. And Mixon is saying here in the road, pan a little end, so traffic over to
The man of truck life and I'm scoping him. So
Truck driver said, Ricardo, enough respect, bro. Empress, you're
Good challenge.
first. You're Ricardo.
good challenge, truck life.
You're Ricardo. Me will shout in this, you know. Truck driver said, Ricardo, but me get it now. I'm laughing, and Ricardo is laughing. And Sassy said, me want your Pride Smart card for borrow. Me need more ink to finish print my project. Okay, I don't know who she talking to there. And Ricardo is saying, QC, kill the boy.
Yes, man, QC kill the boy.
And Mixon is a mega try come on the table. The last question up there, so you have to hurry up.
Hurry up, Mixon.
I don't, for what, your 6 bars? Your 6 bars position. No, you're not in a 5th.
You're not in a 5th.
All right, so Joe Clive said, Empress, go sleep, no? No, you just tell me that not to let Ricardo beat me. All right, Mixon says, sorry,
No,
that doesn't sound right. Oh my God.
I'm really thinking that truck life and go take it to them.
And teacher please said, Lal, you nearly lose your points again, Ricardo. Tonight
It's definitely
that's your night, bro. I'm gonna give 1 point. Because it's a match done more fun, so nobody try. Exit said, me, I go try reach Penny board. Charlotte said, Barrett and laugh.
But no one left. Not tell a Charlie Pin, boy, trust me. With all of them, the firework, the way you burn for your truck life. That's how you go.
And teacher P said, them can't keep a good man down, you know. And Empress said, next week I'll be here.
All
The
right.
answers start coming in, and Daniel said, move fast. And Chocolate said, teacher P, that always happens to Ricardo because he gets too much points, so his points always in a mix up. Right, and I see the answers coming in, and teacher P said, brap, Ricardo.
All right.
All right, so the answers are coming in. Okay, and I see the one that I am looking for. All right, so so it's 29.5 days. So that's the answer for the cycle. Hold on.
That's 400 points, right?
So 29. So that's 400 points. So the person with the correct response is David, 29.5 days. Although I'm in a KFC line, it's still a making
Okay, and
point.
400 points out?
Yeah, 400 points to Ricardo. So 29.5 days. And mixing
To
this
Ricardo or David, I said?
David.
Okay.
What me say a while ago?
Ricardo.
David, oh, Jesus.
Okay, so there you have it. Empress on 400 points. David on 1,200 points. Chuck Life 2,700 points, and Ricardo 3,400 points. Wonderful played game.
I tell you, this one was a nail-biting
I
finish.
tell you.
All right, and the board has been picked clean. There we go. Oh my God. So, mixing us saying congrats to the winners. May I tell us that it's a tight race between Ricardo and
From
Chuck
start to
Clive. Chuck
finish.
Clive.
From start to finish.
No man, Chuck Clive step
Chuck
up
Life step up in the game.
You know,
Trust
see
me.
him come out strong and come out strong.
Yeah.
Right, and Daniel is running. I don't know where Daniel running to. And Miranda is laughing. All right, some more answers coming in there. All right. And Ricardo is saying, all right, Chuck Life, don't try that one next week, you know. Chuck Life, you make him sweat. Oh, you make him work 15 points. Double time this week. Oh my God.
All
So
right,
if it did
so-
around $50 an hour
So
this
there
week,
you
I
have
hope last week,
it.
100.
Ricardo in first place, 3,400 points. Chuck Life second place, 2,700 points. David in third place, 1,200 points. And Empress, fourth place, 400 points. Well, they are all winners. Ricardo walking away with $1,000 credit. And Chuck Life, David, Empress, $500 credit to their names. All right. So any numbers that need to
Anybody want any different numbers for their credit to go to? Let us know from now. If all remain the same, then you don't have to say anything.
okay, so there have it.
So Chuck Life said, Mr. Barron, enough respect every
Bless
time.
up Chuck Life. But very good performance. We love it, Chuck Life. Boy, you turn razor sharp. You understand? Size up side of the QC and give him a couple cuts.
Boy, it look like you were razor sharp long time, but when just a tone it down.
Yeah,
But
could
they
be.
decide
Could
for
be.
just-
Could be.
Every time if it
Yeah,
does
sir.
come out tonight.
We really enjoy tonight game.
You run out pan Ricardo tonight.
Wicked. Wicked. Chuck Life run out. Wicked.
Chuck Life, so me tell you somebody sideline like I'm a 6 bars, so I know some man a 6 bars. I give him a run fee money today.
Yeah.
Or a run fee credit.
Yeah. Well, but I want to tell you something. You know what I mean? Ricardo almost losing Tiger tonight.
All right.
Seriously challenged.
Big and serious.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. So mixing it said to Chuck Life is saying Ricardo and laughing, and Ricardo is saying Chuck Life a Byron with him good mouth calling him. And Chuck Life is saying Ricardo did with laugh. Oh my
But-
God.
I honestly believe that. Well, you see one of them there, Ricardo go, Chuck Life will give him a real strapping.
Mixing it saying Sister Empress, and you know, see bad man a call to you. And Sassy saying, lol, Empress in her feelings right now, but she up on the board.
Oh.
And Albert is laughing, and Daniel is saying, lol, Rick. And
I mean, good
and he's saying
performance
hello, Mo
from
Fat.
everyone, both who enter the board and who off the board, right? You know, so I say thing go. You may off the board this week, next week, you may on the board and so forth and so forth. So, you know, so we all gather here, we all enjoy ourselves, right? Love the game.
All right, and Albert is laughing. And look for me and Ricky now. Ricky, what happened to my order? He said I only got a 6-piece combo with barbecue zinger. What the rest of the order there? I don't understand. Me need my corner and the cup. You better go back, go join the line. Ricardo, I would have break it down 27 days, 7 hours and 43 minutes. And Ricardo said that Empress, you still, I guess. You have to go warm it up.
Yeah.
And Sassy saying, David, your belly longy. And Chocolate said, Delco, David, I want a leg. And that you did order, you never order a box with biscuit and something. I understand you only go get 6 pieces and the rest of the day you're hungry. And Empress is saying, good night, guys. Enjoy your weekend. And if I win, send it to the 223 flow, please. And thanks. Okay, all right. 223. All right, we'll do that. What is? All right. And David is saying, I know mine's alone, Sassy. And Sassy said, lol, okay, David. And Sassy said to David, lol. And David is saying, don't give me my points, I beg. No, man, you have your points them solid. And Ricardo is saying, give me David points, yes. And Donnalee said, Empress can send me some. And Empress is saying, Baron, me said, leg of my points, when it little bit don't call it. Oh my God, and Sassy saying, say what? Repeat that, the score. Okay, so Ricardo was 3,400, Shruk Life 2,700, David 1,200, and Empress 400. Oh, she said no call out. Sorry, me never call out, me did only talk it. And Mixon is saying me had prosperity, lol. And Shruk Life is saying congrats to all the winners. Yes, congratulations to everyone who won tonight. Mixon is saying the black are prosperous, may I tell you. And Sassy is saying congratulations to all the winners. And Shruk Life is saying, I don't know what happened tonight. I surprised myself. Well, keep on surprising yourself, Shruk Life, because may I tell you. And Marlon is saying, nice game tonight, guys. Thank you so much for still being here, Marlon. Yes, really nice game. And Ricardo is saying, I really enjoyed that just now. Chuck Life, don't try that again still. But congratulations to all the winners except Dr. Delco. Look here, right about Chuck Life is staying in the lane. No, so Chuck Life just step out in the field lane. So you better continue coming. Not even A game anymore, A+ games. And Mixon is said, Byron, we make the board. No, Mixon. You're off the board. It's not even put up 1 foot onto it. And Shruklife is saying sassy. And Empress is saying then the party I keep more fats. Oh, when the party I keep more fats. And Charlie is saying, Shruklife, you're tired. And Sassy is saying, yes, Shruklife. And Shruklife is saying Charlie and giving him a thumbs up. And Ricardo is saying, you see you bad mind, Charlie. And Mixon is saying, Shruklife, you get what they don't get. No, man, him up there. And Paula is saying, big up to all the winners. And David is saying, bad man, Ricky, don't call my name. And Mixon is saying, oh my goodness, something another man, Empress. I'm not so good at the abbreviations. Mofats, unfortunately. Empress or Mofats, interpret for me, break it down. And Shruklife is saying, Ricardo, great game. Yes, it was. And Ricardo is saying, mine's remain the same. Okay. And Empress is saying, never know me hear music, but I don't know if that's the music there. And Shruklife is saying, wonderful life as always, great topic and game. Thank you so much, Shruklife, and really appreciate you guys for making it wonderful Jeopardy Friday every week. And Mixon is saying, I met the nice on the Black Empress. And David is saying 408 flow. All right. Scribe, go and get food. Need to go get something to eat too. And Mixing is saying, you and Chris forward. You and Chris forward. No, wanna keep session, you know? What? What is it? After Jeopardy party? And Empress is saying, Chris sleeping, okay. And Teacher P said, congratulations, Ricardo. You did an awesome job, Chuck Life. I am proud of you, my friend. Yes, he did phenomenally well. And Ricardo is saying, then who still hold the 6 bars apart, you know, so yeah, mix up. You know, so the 6 bars man in the background, they are sure word indirectly, Ricardo. And Empress is saying, I'm going to bed soon, okay. And Daniel is saying, congratulations. And Mixon is saying, Empress, may I come say hi, lol. And Chuck Life is saying, Teacher P, thank you. And Teacher P saying, you played well, David and Empress. Yes, they did. And Teacher P saying, you're welcome, Chuck Life. And Mixon is saying, how much me come this week? Mixon say, how much me come this week? Mixon, I'll give you one dodo egg. One of them big bird egg. Oh my God. And King Lion is saying, it's Chuck Life, I'm proud of you. Yes, him really step out strong tonight. And Ricardo is saying, thank you, Teacher P. And Sassy is saying, later people are going to hold a wash off to go sleep. Okay, Sassy, thank you so much for joining, and rest well. And have a wonderful weekend and a productive week. And Empress is saying, you lick your head more fast. Teacher P said, lol. And Charlie is saying, Chuck Life and Empress, y'all the best, but me no know where they'll go. Chuck Life is saying, Sassy. And Empress is saying, Chris. And Mixon is saying, tell me which song you hear I play. And Daniel is saying, good game. And Ricardo is saying, good night, my goddaughter, mommy. Okay. All right. And Vibes is Empress is saying, Charlie. And Chuck Life is saying, Charlie, lol. And Moffat is saying, you know, believe, send me the pan your block. What? He's outside, Empress. Empress said, I beat me I hear. Okay. And Ricardo said, why am I name a call? I'm no got KFC. Oh my goodness. And Miss Moffat is saying, Empress, me link tall round you, so you know, okay. And Empress is laughing. Oh my goodness. Are your name me call about KFC or me call David name? I hope a David name me call. And Ricardo said, Empress, guys, let me tell me call everybody wrong name. All my kids. Me say, you know, say you may attack. So you respond. And Ricardo is saying, Empress, now come Portmore tomorrow, you know. And Mixon is saying, Chris would have his sickle like a tea kettle. And Charlie said, Mystic, me tell you that Delco broke. Another Delco, so. And Ricardo is saying, you try find your way to price smart. And Empress is saying, come do a Ricardo. And Mixon is saying, and when you laugh, me just feel like to laugh too. Oh my goodness. And Ricardo is saying, I'm coming for my birthday cake, okay? And Empress is saying, then you did bad, Ricardo. And Mixon is saying, Ricardo, I better you make she meet you. And Ricardo said, me drop from sky. Okay, guys, I am going to run and leave you because I have to go to work again in the morning. And as I said, I've been working since Wednesday, and I am wiped out. Work off Sunday and back to work Monday, Tuesday. Oh my God. And Chuck Life is saying, Miss Ann, you always done an amazing job. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Chuck Life, really appreciate you too. And Daniel is saying, bless up everyone. And Empress is saying, today's what? Today's right. Since last week Wednesday, not Wednesday, last week Wednesday. I just realized today is Friday. I'll get the days mixed up. Don't ask me the date. Then Empress is saying my price not smart again, Ricky. Me rub out the weight to Price Smart, and Mixon is saying, cause me de at her doorstep about her name and I'll know she can't come out. And Ricardo is saying she can't come meet me at Price Smart. Better mind Chris come to your house where you show so far. And Chuck Life is laughing and Ricardo is laughing and Empress is saying, meet your fewa. And Ricardo is saying, carry food, come give me. I want 2 tasty cheese patty. And King Lion is saying, good night, Mr. and Mrs. Mystic. Have a blessed night. Good night, Lion. Thank you so much for joining. You have a blessed and restful night as well. And Empress is saying, Mofats, if you call a Chris Yagosi come out, cause one senior man voice a call me, I'll get broke loose. Mofats, make sure say you don't turn off the engine. And Charlie said, bye everyone, I'm really sick tonight. To try to stay up, but pain getting worse. Hush, Charlie, take something for the pain, and I hope you feel better soon. And thank you so much for being with us, although you're not feeling well, you still came and made us laugh. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Hope you feel better soon. And Mixon is saying, but Ricky, I can't see you for ask for. And Empress is saying, good night, y'all. I'm a rest. We'll meet next week. Yes, good night. Good night. And Ricardo is saying, non-pressure pocket. Paula is saying, good night, Charlie. And Mixon is saying, Charlie, me in a pain to, big up yourself, bro. And Paula is saying, good night, Lion. Good night, Empress. And Mixon is saying, Lion and Paula, big up. And Ricardo is saying, now which party I keep? And Mixon is saying, Empress. And Chocolate is saying, after the show, it's the after party. Yes, it seems the after party I keep. Mixing saying, me outside. And Paula is saying, Mofats, bless up yourself. And Chocolate is showing Mofats some strength. And David is saying, good night, everyone. Hope all have an amazing night and rest of the weekend. Congrats again to all the winners. Yes, congratulations. And Mixon is saying, Truck Life, big up, bro. Truck Life is saying, Delco. David and showing some reverence. And Mixon is saying, David, grant enough love. And David is saying, Mystic family, big up on yourself as usual. Great live and games as usual. Thank you so much. And thank you so much all for your continued support. And Paula is saying, thanks, and same to you, David. And Truck Life is saying, Mixon, you get an egg. I'm give him a dodo egg. It's very expensive because they're rare. And Ricardo is saying, what part the after jam I keep? Which part the after jam I keep? And David is saying, bad man Charlie, Lego me name. And Mixon is saying, Ricardo, upper prosperity block. That means upper Mofat block. Ricardo looking, and Ricardo is saying, Miss Han, hang up the call because them chat too much. Tell us that we can't stop. And Paula is saying, good night, Mystic. Good night, everyone. Good night, Paula. And Ricardo is saying, good night, everyone. Have an amazing and peaceful night and rest of the weekend. Mrs. Han, go and go get some rest. And Choklife is saying good night to Paula. And Choklife is saying maximum respect. And Marlon is saying good night, everyone. Mixon is saying, and Baron and everybody, big up on yourself. May I go mash up a party? And no. All right, don't party too hard. All right, and Ricardo is saying, same here, Truck Life, big up yourself, big bro. And Truck Life is saying, Marlon newbie, and showing some strength over there. And Mixon is saying, big up Marlon, my brother. And Mixon is saying, Truck Life, salute. And guys, enough respect, enough love. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Really appreciate the continued support. And you all stay safe until next week. Walk good, stay safe. Bye. I am out.